the internet now.
Jeff coming?
He just said in one of the chats to go and start without him. It sounds like he's having a kiddo problem, and it's just one of those like, yeah, I'll get there when I can. Because we're no longer in combat. It's just a friendly reminder. Oh, this is random. As I'm pulling up music, Justin, I did watch Freerun, and I finished all of it. Thank you for that recommendation. It was really fun.
Oh wow, you finished it. Yeah, the very last episode was this past Friday. So.
Yeah, I literally got the time edge. So like as I was catching up, the last episode came. I was like, that was convenient and very satisfying.
Did you enjoy it?
I really did. I didn't think it was like perfect by any means, but it was very, very fun.
It's a neat story. I think it's an interesting
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Definitely invested. Oh, sorry. My Spotify, since the last time we've played, is like something's not right. I have like this one file or like a folder for all of my stuff, and it's just like not here. Where's my D&D master? Strange. Okay. It's been a while since we played, so let's talk about what you guys are doing and where you are. Cedric came. He captured your families and friends. Some loved, some not loved. You rescued him on the world of Greyhawk, leaving the world of Toro. You have concocted a plan with Tatiana, and you are tracking his soul. You have tracked it through the help of the Lady of Waterdeep, the Open Lady, to a place of called Limbo, one of the planes of chaos. You met a Gith Zorai, a yellow-skinned, elvish-looking alien lady, who knows a way to get you into Limbo, because she's from Limbo, and there's a place called Zaus, a gate town, and a place called the Outlands. You have my back, I rub your back. She said if you helped her explore the Githyanki outpost or enclave or something in Undermountain beneath the city of Waterdeep, she would then plane shift you to where you need to go. You agreed. You all went running down there. She was looking for a Githzerai named Ezria, who was a Githzerai also sent but was supposedly captured. So you've been on the lookout for him. She did want to try and do things politically if possible, but she also noticed the Githyanki, and that didn't go well. Fighting happened, and you guys have been just essentially fighting a lot of Githyanki and dragons. You, in Undermountain, you went through the crystal labyrinth, these cave systems cut out of crystal, found a rod that was a key to a portal, went through said portal, and the quick of it is that you guys are now on an asteroid, floating in space over the your world of Toro. You're literally in an asteroid, and you can see onto space. You found dragon eggs that were fake, but then found a real dragon egg that was hidden behind a lava curtain. So you've been lugging that around. You found out about space. You saw that there's some ships, some crazy spelljammers, aka spaceships, docked outside of this asteroid. But before you could do much with that, you ran into Githyanki, and waves of them came. You fought some young red dragons, and then an adult red dragon. Apparently Mama showed up, and you fought her too, and defeated her. And you've cleared out all of those enemies. And we pretty much ended right at the end of that combat as the red dragon is killed and destroyed. Anything else worth noting for your own consideration? Anything you want to point out, bring up? Oh, the lady, the Githzerai, Almera, is dead. She was killed during the combat as they realized she was a Gith Jirai, because she was at one point in disguise. But when she went down, she lost her illusion, and so they coup de grace her while she was on the ground. So she dead. Any questions? And Orc foe's currently a dragon. Oh. So ball's in your court. The last of the gifts has fallen. Looks like somebody down here. Oh yeah, don't forget Quaylen has like big penalties going on right now because he died at some point. Tingles brought him back, but it was to bring him back with penalties.
Oh, I suppose we should probably quickly revivify. Yeah. I'm sorry, what was her name?
Almera.
Almera.
I'll put her name back on. Remember, I turned a little. So Justin has suggested revivify.
Quaylen?
Duplicate.
JP.
D&D Beyond.
Oh.
Can you not hear me?
We couldn't there for a bit.
Oh. No, I forgot to. I was in the process of grabbing Quaylen's sheet because I'd only brought up Tingles. Great. What is Quaylen? I think has Revivify, right?
And Quaylen
does
is
have
currently
Revivify.
a water elemental.
Oh. So I suppose I need to turn back. Yeah.
Some certain druids can wild shape and still cast magic. I do not believe that is your subclass.
Right. Okay. So then, yeah, I turn back.
Maybe turn back.
And I will cast Revivify. Well, this says I can touch a creature that has died within the last minute. I mean, this person has died within the last minute.
Mm-hmm. Because as soon as combat ends, you have a couple rounds, and a round's only like 6 seconds. So if it was Quaylen's priority to go over there, it's a very easy fix.
I suppose.
Right. So the big thing is resource cost. So I'm pretty sure there's a diamond cost in that. So you're going to want to mark it.
Well, I don't have any fucking diamonds. Tingles just kind of starts looking away and trying to avoid eye contact with him. Look, if you guys want this woman alive, I need a diamond. I don't have any. Why the fuck would I have a diamond?
We've got no way to bring her back.
Well, I can bring her back. I just need a diamond. Does anyone have a diamond? Or do we not care about her fucking life? Anyone?
Not like I've got one.
Time's a ticking. I mean, we've been sitting here talking for like 20 seconds. We've got 40 seconds for me to get this fucker alive. Damn it, Tingles! Have you got a fucking diamond? What? Diamond. Yeah, let me look in here. How do you not have a diamond? Look, that's the question we're asking right now. I cannot bring this woman back to life without a diamond, right? And your shitty ass spell that brings people back to life comes with conditions and some extra curses that we have to live through for a few extra days. And he just like pulls out like 4 diamonds, dropping like 2 on the floor. Oh shit! Yeah, no, look at there. I've got a couple of diamonds. How many do you? God, just give me a fucking diamond. Fine, here. Testy, are we? All right, so he starts casting.
So that's a diamond worth 300 gold. So if you're taking that from Tingle's inventory, make sure you mark it.
Yeah, I think he has got like a diamond worth 500 gold, and then some worth 1,000.
So if he has a diamond worth 500, you're gonna have to use that diamond worth 500 for the 300.
Right. Yeah. Oh, he's got diamonds worth. Oh shit. All right. Well, goodbye.
Because he's got him for the big spell, right?
Yeah, he's got one like for 5,000.
To be fair, remember, I actually love that RP, but if you as the player want Quaylen to have some, you can dictate that and like buy a couple. Because again, Quaylen knows he has Revivify. He would have brought diamonds if he wanted, but if you want to do that after the fact,
we'll keep.
Or
we'll
just keep
the
it this
RP.
way for a little extra fun for you.
Yeah, I mean, a diamond for 5,000 is nothing to Tingles.
It's more about how many you have, right? You know,
He's got 5 left.
Okay. All right, so use
all
Revivify, which I think just restores her to 1 HP.
Yeah.
Been a while. Revivify. Revivify. All right. She kind of gasps for air. You will have my things, Quaylen. She kind of gingerly gets up, definitely in pain from all the combat she just did. She like looks around, sees the dragon dead and all the Githyanki bodies. It's a pity you're having to come to blows, but it is what it is. The flow goes on. Did I miss anything when I went down? Did they mention anything about prisoners?
We didn't really get a chance to question anybody.
Understood. So what would you like to be the next move, Madras? We still need to find Ezria. More food and lands. Roll.
This is out of character. How's everybody on HP?
I'm down a quarter.
Tingles is okay. Quaylen has 3 life.
And on Orkfost's behalf, let's see, his normal HP is 126 out of 209, but he's also a red dragon, so I'm not sure where his red dragon's at right now. And I forgot he can actually talk as a dragon. So I'm doing okay.
Everyone's good except you, Quaylen.
Yes, I suppose I could use some healing. I have to do everything around here. You come with raise a dead spell without the proper materials, and now you expect me to use one of my spells.
Well, that may not be necessary. We could just take a moment to rest.
Look at the dragon potion. See how long that lasts for. Boom, boom, boom. The dragon vessel makes a potion of dragon's majesty. Potion of dragon's majesty. Boom, boom. And it lasts 1 hour? Potion of dragon. Sorry, that's another thing. Let me just make sure. So you can traverse an adult dragon, the same kind as the dragon the scale from. The treasure lasts for 1 hour. And more comes reserved from the treasure you can gain your own, but you're changing the. Yep. So that's just for something you to consider, is that the potion would wear off at the end of a short rest.
Well, and Tingles also has 2 different items that have healing spells built into them, so he's just being an ass right now.
I guess we can just keep looking for this dungeon. Wherever they're keeping prisoners. Elmira, are you familiar with how the Gith Yankee... Well, where exactly would they keep a prisoner?
I wouldn't say that I have any sort of rhyme or reason to their layouts of their fortresses. This being an asteroid, I just assume it'd be deeper in. Whether their prisoners, though, are on the other level, back in the crystal dungeons, or on this asteroid, I am not so sure. So you have some healing spells, anyone, or are we? Because I am going to be of no use for you for any combat. Perhaps, though you all seem very capable. If one, I going to take a rest.
I
vote.
could continue on.
I'd say we take a rest. Just play it safe. But not out here in the open, though.
Your small hut?
I was thinking more about one of those ships.
I don't think they'd let us on without a fight.
I think everybody who wouldn't want us to get on isn't around anymore.
I am fine with whatever you or choose, but we should be quick about our next actions. This dragon's
Alright.
presence being missing will not go unnoticed, I don't think.
Then let us take that ship.
All right. I posted what 3 different ships look like. One a little bit more traditional shippy, one with all the tentacles, and one a little bit smaller with an open deck. They're all 3 just decked in some sort of way outside. To be fair, I think the doors would be open because the dragon would came through that direction. So you do see, at least from your perspective, that doesn't seem to be any activity outside. As Ramen said, perhaps the guards have been destroyed.
Oh, did you just repost them? Yep, you just did. Okay. Oh, yeah. I scrolled up slightly so it didn't ding me whenever we... I vote we go for the fish on the bottom.
Very well.
Le fishy.
But I want to stay a dragon.
That's just Nate RPing out, or please don't have an argument with him over what you guys want to do, because he's not here to actually say an actual opinion.
Right, so are we doing this short rest?
I believe so. I can keep watch.
When are we doing the bottom one?
Yeah,
Yes,
the
kinda
fishy.
smaller one.
Oh no. The fishy has taken over the entire dock.
That's why I have pictures for them, but I'm like, spatial wise, it does not fit. Because I think I took the images and I did approximate, that's pretty close to their battle map size. So that's the width and stuff of it. I don't have a battle map of that ship currently, but that's the approximate space it would actually take up on a battle map. I think some considerations were made for just it not being either too squished as an image or too wide, but that's a good idea of how much space these ships actually take, and that's the smaller one, right? All right. I'll put you guys on the dock for now, and you're going to attempt for my own projection here. I'm not saying this is what happens, because again, Jeff's in charge of his character, but I like to imagine that for his instincts are going a little crazy, and he's been the one hecking the egg around, so Orkvo nest on top of the dragon egg, like a chicken and its egg.
It hatches while he's at his dragon form, but will it impregnated him?
Oh, so remind me when Jeff gets here, because I think that's I'm actually down for that as a possibility, but it'd be a D100 roll, right? So that's actually a very good question, and I think would be hilarious. So again, I'm not going to force him into any of these scenarios. It's his choice, but for my projection here, we're just saying he's doing that. All right, I need somebody to roll me a D20. Just go ahead and claim it. It's not a check. This is you're doing
It shall be me.
random encounter.
14.
14. All right. So actually, let me ask you a question. I mentioned this last time, but this will be a curious thing for you guys to figure out. Ships these spelljammers can be piloted if you're attuned to the helm of the ship. So you guys are technically on one attempting a short rest, which is an hour-long attunement process if you wanted it. You'd have to give up your healing to do it. Does anybody want to attempt to do that? You would have to give up an attunement slot. But this would be a good moment to strategize if you want to take advantage of that, since it is a very specific mechanic.
I could, because my third attunement slot so far has been a toss-up between the Talisman of Pure Good and the Ring of Evasion.
Not Ireland, so you don't have to be a king. You now want to be a captain of a ship. You're so full of yourself. Oh my god. Do you have to call your captain King Cadmel if you do that? Because I'm kind of over it.
No. The king comes first. It's the most important.
King Captain Cadmel. You know, that's not a bad ring to it, if you think about it. The legend of King Captain Cadmel. You guys okay with Cadmel attempting to attune? And giving up
I'm
his,
fine with that.
short
Yep.
rest heals? Alright.
Are we free to roll our hit die?
Not yet, but I did want to mention that. Because unfortunately, as you go to attempt the short rest, it is interrupted at a certain point. Oh man, you know what? It's not gonna happen. Because there's a funny scenario that could happen with all this, and I think it's better if Jeff's here, so I'm gonna lock that back. Short rest goes out without a hitch in that case. Sorry, I'm split here.
So just to be clear, I do not get the effect of a short rest in terms of healing.
Sorry, I'm going back and forth because there's a funny scenario that can happen here with the random thing that, or the potential of an encounter that you rolled for that is triggered by your dice roll. But
Okay.
it's better if Jeff's here. I'm going back and forth. I don't want to ignore the dice, and this is a part of the risk of the short rest with this happening while you're doing the short rest. So you all, let's say about 20-30 minutes into the process. So unfortunately, you do not get the short rest. A figure appears out on the dock. I will give you all the benefit of the doubt that you are inside the ship, right? Hidden. But you hear a voice call out to Orkfo's dragon form. See, this is what's awkward. It's like there's a red dragon here, and there's a big red dragon theme, and Jeff's not here to RP this out, but I do think it would still happen. You hear a muffled voice. How about this for the moment? You hear a muffled voice talking to Orc Dragon, Dragon Foe. Do any of you inside the ship want to react to this?
Does he speak in Draconic?
Roll a perception check.
Perception.
How big is this dragon?
So there's Orkfo Dragon. You are again. You guys are inside the ship, so you don't see anything, but you hear a voice and you hear the growl of another dragon. You hear them speaking. At first, the words are in Gith, right? A Gith language, but then Orkfo is just like, "No comprende Gith Yankee," and then you hear the Gith switch over to Draconic. What are you doing here?
I got a 24.
You understand it, and you hear them speaking Draconic now, so you hear this conversation. We're here because these are my children. I am your father.
So you are the father of these... No. Astronaut Thor has been with me a very long time. I think she would mention you. What is your name?
Orchidlix. I'm sorry that I'm RPing with myself, but the way this is set up is how it's going. I'm gonna roll a deception check on with Jeff's stats, which is a 0. And you guys, you're hearing this, Cadmill. You understand what's happening?
Kind of.
You seem to have been through a very feverish fight. Orcflix, whatever you call yourself. So you also cast magic and you have blades upon your person.
Well, I am a dragon of many talents.
Are you hiding here with anyone else? I have found many dead soldiers.
No.
Are you going to roll a deception check for yourself?
I just rolled a 6 for him. Oh wait, he has advantage because he's got foresight on. I'm gonna re-roll that 9. This is the re-roll for the 9, and this is the re-roll for the 6.
So are you a shape changer then? To bring blade?
No, there were just other adventurers. There was these dudes here, and I ate them when I came flying in. I fought everyone. Strongest of the dragons, right?
I can agree with that. Strongest is the most fittest.
Still rolling a deception for him, but it's advantage.
Zorkorex, did Astronaut Thor ever mention to you of a mate of the name Orcflix?
No.
Dragon? Orcflix? Will you come quietly and give yourself over to the Githyanki? Or will you die this day?
Well, I don't think I want to die. But I also don't think I want to give myself over.
Very well.
And we'll roll initiative.
Oh dear.
Again.
Yep. I mean, You guys heard something wrong, so you could have tried to interrupt her and talk her way out of it, but I'm sorry I was in such an awkward moment where I'm RPing as Jeff's orc dragon there, but and you do not get a short rest. So again, this picture, right? Just imagine for now that every one of the squares of the picture is the deck, right? And abstractly, you are all below deck. So for ease, it will take you I think it would cost you a whole round of movement to get up on deck, and then you're on the deck in your current positions. So for ease, that's how that would play out. If someone's got a really ridiculous move speed, let's just say it takes you 30 feet to get up, right, to the deck, and then from there you can move an extra however many feet you have left over. So 30 feet to get up on deck, but you're starting your turns below deck. As you hear, most of you are hearing just Draconic, but for those who understand Draconic, you hear an interrogation by some sort of Githyanki figure with Orc Foe, Dragon Foe. Wish I knew how much HP he had as that dragon. I think I'm just going to give him, let's see if he did on this token. He has 198 right down. I wonder if that's that should be out of his total then. Oh wait, I have a red dragon here. Yeah, so he has 198 out of 256. So Orcvo's actually doing really good health-wise as that dragon. The good news is for him is that recharge for his fire breath would have gone off because his movement had so many chances to reroll it. So he will start this combat with that. Okay. Your tokens have been re-updated. So you should be able to edit your initiatives for those who didn't. I did clear it off, so if you did it before, I might have deleted you.
Yeah, I'm not on there.
You're not Romuel?
I do not see Romuel.
Romuel. Where's your token? There it is. Bam. Still keeping Tatiana out of this just for ease of that. Almera's at 1 HP, but she will be part of this initiative order. This is kind of her story. Okay. Alright. 16. Dragon Foe has advantage. We'll have a tiebreaker to look at. Might get more Vex in this fight. So now there's Almera, who's at 1 HP, so we'll see what that changes is doing. Oh yeah, there's a young right there. And another one.
Does not seem it's going well for your dragon friend. Are we going to attack?
I guess we don't have a choice.
She steps
He is
back.
so.
You know what? She'll cast a spell on herself. She'll do her disguise self again. looking like a human woman, and she'll step up on deck, and that'll be her turn. Waylon.
I'm sorry, Nate.
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna this time do just two instead of like 8 animals. I'm just gonna do
I really don't care.
2 giant beasts,
Okay.
and I think it's gonna work out because Quaylen's just gonna like stay below deck and send these guys up.
All right. So you might have to be able to conjure them in a space you can see, and if they're pretty big, you're probably going to need to be like up on deck, like spawning them out, or at least
Okay,
peeking
so
your
could
head
I-
up. So let's just look at
Yeah, I was
conjure
gonna say,
animals real
kinda
quick.
Peek up and then.
All right, you're doing conjure animals, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it's occupied space you can see within range. To be fair, though, I'd say like 15 feet of movement. You can then peek through like whatever entry you use to go below deck, and go. Okay, I'm going to pose them at least on the deck. Right? You could post.
Right.
You can make them appear on the ship. If you use all your movement, I would say you can make them appear anywhere on the dock or deck. So it's your choice. And what animals you going with?
Yeah, how do I? What's that thing I go to? What was it called again? It was like in beta, my encounters, right?
Yes, encounters.
Okay. And how do I search? Let me just see. Probably either 2 polar bears or like 2 saber-toothed tigers, but I'm trying to pull them up. Okay, it's polar bear.
Try and do the 2-for-1. So like 2 beasts of
Yeah,
challenge.
well, if I
one
cast
level.
it at like a 5th level spell, then I can cast 2 that have a challenge rating of 2 or,
Okay, so you're doing
cast
two beasts of challenge rating 2 at 5th level, essentially.
correct. Yep.
Do you see the way to filter it to 2 levels? Because there's cave bears, there's giant ants. Oh, I just got a big upgrade to all my stuff because there's a third-party thing called Tome of Beasts I added. It's like there's like a giant ant if you want to get a little frisky with it. Those are twos. But cave bear seems to fit with your theme of bearing it up. That's a CR2,
Ooh.
larges.
Yeah, cave bear. Let's see what that is. Multi-attack. Yeah, let's do 2 cave bears. I was thinking of like 2 something that could fly just so they can catch up to them, but
To
that
fly.
might work.
Let's see here. Quetzalcoatlus. There's I think dinosaurs, the Quetzalcoatlus. But like that's a +4 to hit and stuff, so it's like you're giving up.
Oh yeah, that's
attack
kind
bar
of
for
yeah.
flight. It does have flyby,
Right.
which is pretty cool. That means they can fly and like attack and then keep moving.
Oh, it doesn't provoke an opportunity attack. Huh.
So it does have survivability, but it does have HP of 30, so it just takes, There's a lot of pros and
Yeah.
cons to all of it.
Yeah.
You can
All
use
right,
two
you know what?
swarm of maggots. That would be fun and horrific.
Swarms of maggots.
I do think cave bear is the most easiest thing. That or like a hunter shark.
yeah, shark. Yeah, let's do two cave bears. All right, so let me add. Okay. Okay, so I got them added. Are they just
They're not-
gonna go after me, or
How
do you wanna do this?
How do you want to do this? I think they roll initiative. Yeah, roll initiative as a group for them. So just go and roll one dexterity check as a cave bear.
it looks like it's +0? So just roll a
Roll
d20. Okay, 8.
All right. So I'm actually making a token real quick because we've been doing so many bears. I'm just gonna make a bear token.
Want to hear my bear call?
Yes, I do. Do it.
Bear!
Bear! That's a good cut. You want to hear my deer call? Deer! All right, so there's one. And we'll give you control. Bam, bam. Okay, bear. Cave bear.
Capybara.
Capybara. All right, JP. Remember, again, it's up to you if you want to like use your full movements and get full line of sight wherever you want to cast it, or just half of it. But you can move those and just tell me your choices.
I'm gonna do half movement just so I can also get back to safety.
Okay, so you just do like, just say at the edge of the ship like that,
Yeah.
and then you duck back down. And there.
Yeah.
Initiative. So that will be 8 for them. Bam. Excellent. So Quaylen comes and goes. Let me look at dexterities between an adult red dragon, which is not a great dex. It's only a 10 versus this chick who does beat her, so she will go first. She turns and sees 2 cave bears appear on the ship. I thought there was more of you. Very well. As the bears appear... Oh, not yet. She just kind of runs over and starts attacking Orpho. She pulls out this nasty silver greatsword. That'll be a 31 to hit against him. Damn, that's actually big damage. So 19 on the first half. And then another 15. She just did 34 in one hit with her sword. And is now going to swing. Oh wait, she has disadvantage because he's yeah, it still hits. Because of foresight. Disadvantage because of the second. Disadvantage turns that to a 21. Still hits the dragon. Damn. Yeah, that's going to be 37 points on her second hit. And then her third attack, which will be a miss because disadvantage makes that a 14. So Orpho does take a big chunk of damage. He's now has 127 as the dragon. And it's now the dragon's turn. Who's token of action the dragon here? That's weird. Alright, I think he's not going to do anything too fancy except for... Well, no, it's a young red dragon, so he knows fire wouldn't work. I think Orkbo would still use his big punch of a breath attack, at least on the Gith Yankee, and then avoid the cave bears. So he uses it, forcing a dexterity saving throw from her. She has advantage on this. It's a fail. So he lets out a big old breath attack and does 62 fire damage to her. Wait, no. She chooses to succeed and uses a legendary resistance. So that's half to 31 fire. Okay, and that's Orc Dragon's turn. Romul's up. Or I guess, what's your dexterity, Romul?
It's a +2. It's 14.
Cool. You can go before the younger red dragon.
All right, I'm gonna get up on deck. So that's all my movement. It's a young red dragon.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to lightning bolt at 4th level.
Lightning bolt.
There are 2 cave bears between you. I guess with
I'll
the 30
sculpt it
feet.
around it.
Oh yeah, duh. It's been a while. All right, so dexterity saving throw for him against Romul.
That was another bad. Last lightning bolt I did was shitty.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you're a fire guy, man. You're just a fire guy.
Yeah.
All right. He does fail though. So is that 31 fire or lightning?
31. Yep. That's it.
Excellent. All right. The Gith commander does speak in Gith to the young red dragon and then flies over. And begins attacking Orkfo. Let me see. Okay, start with by a disadvantage because it's a foresight, which has been so good because I turned that into a 12. What is that? And 2 claw attacks. Bad rolls, and yep, foresight makes it so that this dragon does not hit Orkfo at all. Pretty epic little scene here of Orkfo just like 1v2ing these 2 peoples. Hey, peoples! And it's a cave bear turn.
Here. Sorry, I thought it was Tingle's turn next. Okay, so Dave's gonna do some multi-attacks, but I guess I gotta move closer first.
You could move down the deck. I'm fine with that, and then hop off on that if you wanted to.
Yeah. Just
Sorry, my brain was thinking you guys are attacking the big dragon. You're not attacking the big dragon.
20. Yeah, I mean they can get to both dragons pretty easily.
It is double movement for this one to squeeze through the other bear. Just FYI.
Yeah, they have 40 feet of
40
movement.
feet of movement,
So
so that's 10,
I think
15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. If you want
Yeah.
to get anywhere, that's fine. Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Goats, my goats.
So I guess probably the strategy should be to try and take out the younger one first, guys. Do you think that's like just to eliminate pieces off the board?
The bigger one is Orkfo, so we don't want
Oh.
to take that one out at all.
I'm sorry, I thought there were
No,
two
yeah,
dragons.
sure. Take out the big one.
All right. Yeah. So get that guy multi-attack. Dex +7 to hit. Okay. If I click this, does it roll a dice? Ooh, it does. Ooh, that's a shitty. Okay, that doesn't hit. I'm guessing 9 doesn't hit.
Correct.
All right. So he does a claw attack. 21, does that hit?
21 would hit. It uses reaction to parry it.
This is horse shit.
Or excuse me, were you attacking the little dude or the dragon?
The dragon.
Okay, never mind. The dragon does not parry.
Okay.
21 will hit the young red dragon.
Hey guys, that other guy has a reaction that can block your. All right. Yeah. So now we'll do the attack. 10 damage.
All right.
Okay. So that guy just hangs out there. So the other bear comes out.
So
But
this will be
now he doesn't have to do half his damage, right?
Or he doesn't do half movement, so he does have to squeeze. And unless, do they have is their reach like a +10, or is it just +5 to for their attacks, for their reach? Or I say +5, but should I say like reach 5 feet?
Reach is 5 feet. Yeah.
Okay. So they have to squeeze here, which means they'll be at disadvantage for having to like squeeze into a uncomfortable spot, but they could still make the attack rolls. So
Okay. So I just have to roll twice then and take the
take
lesser.
lower, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Damn, big ass bears. All right. Well, that was a shitty roll anyway. 13. I assume that misses.
Mhm, correct. Misses.
Okay. So now I'm gonna do claws. All right. First one is 23. Let's see what the second one is. 17. Does that hit?
17 just misses, I believe. Let me triple check. It does just miss. AC 18.
Hot damn! All right, that's it for dub bears.
I think Cadmill technically has higher initiative than Tingle.
I have a 14 dexterity.
Oh, that's not as high as I thought it was. Ooh, you guys are tied, so it's up to you who you want to go. Cadmill, Tingles.
You go. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna do a spell.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
You do the spell, so that way I'm out of the way.
So what's the? Because I don't want him to be. Where's Tingles? All right, can he get to like? What is he? 20?
Excuse me. I got some legendary actions here. Let me put some stuff on the board actually, because I'm gonna forget. Legendary action time. Actually, I already missed a couple legendary actions. So let me go ahead and use those because I am forgetting. Okay, so the Githyanki chick, who looks more badass than any of them you've seen so far, will use a legendary action to do a weapon attack against Orkvo. Does still have disadvantage. Disadvantage still 27.
Jesus.
And that will be 20, 35 damage to Orkville on that hit. So he's at 92 as the dragon. All right, so that was one legendary action that she could have used. And that would have been after Orkvo's turn, technically, and then Ramiel could have come and gone. So she will do another legendary action, another attack on Orkvo. Nat 1. And then she's going to do her third legendary attack. Boom. And I think 18 is a hit. Nope, 18 is a miss. So it just misses. Okay, so her legend actions are done. And the K-Bears would have come and gone. And so we're on Ramiel. Where is this stuff at? Or excuse me, Ramiel and Cadmill, right?
There was Tingles and then there would be me.
Sorry. Yeah, the two of you. Thank you. Cadmill and Tingles.
now. Yes? No?
I
What'd you
didn't
say?
hear what you asked.
Oh, am I not coming through all that well?
Tingles is going first, if that was your question.
Okay, Tingles is going first. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So remember, full movement
Let me
to get
see.
up on the deck.
yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna do that then. I'm just gonna get like right. If I get here, I can't see him, right? Or, like I have to be kind of here.
I think we're in an open pier area, an open dock, so...
So that's not a
these
wall.
are tunnels. No, yeah, these aren't
Ah,
walls.
okay,
No, yeah, this
okay.
is, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, you just need to be kind of make sure you're at the edge of at least the ship for line of sight, just for like the
Oh,
edge
okay. Good.
of the ship.
So I'll get right there. Okay. Alright, so then I'm going to do Magic Missile. A second level. Yes. Okay. So that'll be 44 plus 4. Okay. Okay, so that does 12 damage to this guy.
To the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration since Orcfo already has foreskin. I guess I'll give it
Sorry about that.
to I guess probably Cadmel since he's next.
Looks like Cadmus.
I think
Already. Yeah, okay.
Wait,
give
it
it
would have
Bromio.
expired, though, wouldn't it have?
Yeah, how long does it last? Because you guys, I said you guys were in this short rest for 20 minutes.
Isn't it only 10
10 minutes. Yeah, it's only 10 minutes. So,
So he would have not.
So yeah,
had
you
it,
could give
so
it to me.
everyone give it.
all right, I'll give it to Camille. You've been inspired, bitch.
Okay.
Inspiration!
All right. So 30 feet, quote unquote, to get up on the deck, and then after that, it's all up to you.
I have a 40-foot flying speed, I believe.
So you would have 10 feet of that left over.
Well... And I don't have action surge, so... I will hop up.
Pop.
I will... 5'10". Since I knew that I was... Or... Would it be fair to say that I didn't have anything in my hands at the start, so I could draw my bow?
Yes, I think it's very fair. 'Cause you would have been like... I mean, I guess narratively, you have heard that conversation, so you being Catamel, I'm sure you're like readying a weapon, but you know you're at range.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you would, let's just say you pulled out a bow. I'm fine with that. You know you're caught with
Who
your pants
will?
down.
Yeah. I will target a small dragon.
Okay.
And, let's see, do I have... Yeah, tireless spirit, so I regain a fighting spirit at the start of the combat, so I'm going to use that as a bonus action to give myself advantage on all attack rolls and give me 15 temp HP. And then I have... Already forgotten the word. Rapid Strike does not require to be melee, so I will do that. Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Hey!
Have kids.
So, what was it?
Have kids, they said. It'll be great, they said.
I think JP's okay.
Well, we're,
right now.
Yeah. Alright.
That's the song of our
Yeah.
people, Jeff.
Is
So
Fox okay
3
in
attacks.
general, or just like
Yeah, it's just one of those, I don't know, months, something.
just making sure he was okay? I'm assuming he was just
Yeah.
being,
No, yeah,
difficult. Sorry, Kat.
yeah, that.
3 attacks at advantage. I'm splitting 1 with the rapid strike thing. So I have 2 at regular, 2 with advantage. That's a 13 to hit.
Against the dragon, that's a miss.
Okay.
I think I said this last time. It's so weird when you do use your bow because your modifier is so low.
Yes.
22
to hit. 3 damage. That's a 23 to hit. For 8 damage.
Okay.
27 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 8 damage.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's the end of my turn.
All right, Jeff, going to give you the lay of the land of what happened. The group decided on attempting a short rest. I did mention to them that you're in your dragon form. That is an hour, so, but you weren't here to, do your 2 cents. So they just kind of went with the short rest option. They did roll for a random, and I say random encounter, for an encounter. Fortunately, they rolled high enough. So I said this was my projected narrative, but again, I was making choices on your behalf, so it's not saying what happened. But the funny narrative I had is that Orpho took the dragon and was like instinctively like nesting with the egg. So they all went on this ship and were under the deck trying to do the short rest when a kind of commandery looking Githyanki came out with another young red dragon and confronted you, a red dragon, and it was just a very awkward RP of me trying to be you and what Orpho would do in that moment. Like, my name is Orpflix. Just stupid shit like that. And unfortunately, with your deception was not high enough. The commander said, like, will you surrender yourself? And I RP'd out. Orpho was like, I don't want to fight, but I also don't want to surrender. So she just drew her big blade. She has been hitting the fuck out of you. Even at disadvantage, she's been landing hits and doing like over 30 a hit, just an FYI. And you know that a part of it is slashing damage from the sword, but a big chunk of it is from psychic damage. And there's 2 cave bears brought in by Quaylen. Okay. And I did use your fire breath right off the rip because you would have had 20 minutes of downtime, which I would assume that the breath would have come back, and she just used it on the Githyanki. She failed, but then used a legendary resistance to succeed. And she's been using legendary actions to hit you between people's turns. Okay.
Is it my turn? I'm still getting set up. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your turn. I just want to give you the lay of the land before we got back into it.
Cool.
Almera's turn. She's on the top of the deck now. She's going to come out here, 5, 10, 15, and she's going to cast a spell at the Gith. An oldie, but a goldie. But I don't think I've ever used this myself, so let me check what's slow. Slow is an AoE, technically, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's but you get to choose.
You choose. Okay, so she's going to attempt slow on the Gith and the young dragon. So let's start with the young dragon because that one's straightforward. Wisdom saving throw. Her DC is only a 15. So dragon's coming in. Young red dragon. Wisdom saving throw. Fails. So the young dragon is now slowed. And now the gift lady, she will have advantage on this. And she succeeds, so she is not slowed. And slow, I believe, is concentration. I do believe. So let me get my concentration button up. Okay. Excellent. Quaylen, is now your turn.
I think Quaylen is just going to heal himself. Where did my Quaylen sheet go? Okay. Can he heal himself?
Oh, during that short rest, too, Cadmail had been trying to attune to the helm of the ship to gain control of it, but unfortunately, this is being interrupted at the moment.
Nice. Did you spend hit die for me? I can't
You guys did not finish.
remember how to tell. I didn't finish. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Word.
Quaylen's going to do Cure Wounds on himself.
I guess that. Sorry, I'm just talking above table. We don't have to say this would happen. We can keep the narrative, but I guess it would have made sense if Orkvo thought he was going to be losing the dragon form. You could have dropped the form and then attempted a short rest as Orkvo to get those hit die. I think that's how that would have played out mechanically if you wanted to heal him.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like the idea of like cradling the egg though. I like that.
Cool. I felt like you would enjoy that kind of narrative, but
Yeah.
I'm glad you're. Oh.
Right.
Yes. Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead. You said it, so you. Well, Justin asked.
We just pondered on the possibility of the dragon hatching while you're in your dragon form.
And I was like,
Mama.
yeah, I'm
and it
here
imprinting
for
on
it.
you.
Yeah. So, you're a C. Let's do this. Adult red dragon. Because I was like, I'm here for it, but I wanted to be a D100 roll. Let me figure out the adult red dragon is a CR 17. Let's use that. If you roll a 17 or lower on a D100, that egg will hatch.
You want me to take it?
Yeah, it's for you. Yep.
Okay.
As the dragon.
Not lower. 46.
Okay. So unfortunately, it did not incubate, or whatever the term is, and hatch in the moment. Okay. Quaylen, you just heal yourself, correct?
Yep.
All right. It comes back to this Gith Yankee's turn, and seeing all of you appear.
I suspected that there would be more of you. You all have proven to be very powerful and very capable. I give you a choice. To not make an enemy of Lakith and our armies. I could use your power. Choose wisely. The Githyanki are not ones to easily forget.
So she uses her turn to talk to you all and give you terms. Now a whole party of adventurers has appeared on the deck of the ship. Orpho's up.
So I didn't hear like actual choices there. I guess you don't want us to attack you anymore.
We could talk. What are you here for? What do you seek?
Well, depends on who you ask amongst us. We're trying to just pass on through, but there's somebody that you're holding captive.
And who is it that you wish to free? We have very many interesting prisoners here.
Are you okay, Jeff, giving up your turn for this conversation? Like you won't get a chance to attack?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the person's name we're looking for.
Ezria. I give Sarai name Ezria.
Well, it's not for me, but we're trying to find somebody named Ezria.
I thought I
Yeah,
smelled
you heard.
the stench of the Gith's eye here. If they're paying you,
Yeah.
perhaps I could pay you more. Or are you members of the Shasaku yourselves?
Gesundheit. I don't know what that word means.
Interesting. If you're not aligned to their causes, perhaps we can speak. Do know you have choices, but one of your choices is to be enemies of my great queen. But I respect power.
I mean, I got enough enemies, man. I don't need to make another enemy of a god. This.
Shall we talk? Then. Wise dragon. We have a history with the metallic and Tiamat herself.
Real quick, can I use my reaction to roll something regarding Tiamat, like history or something?
Sure. You'll have advantage on this just because of your background and history.
And would that be history?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That sounds
Okay.
right to me.
Alright, 20.
Is there anything specific about Tiamat, or you just want a broad stroke of the Githyanki and Tiamat?
Player me knows that Tiamat is evil and, basically...
That's definitely fundamental information for Cadmiel, right? He definitely knows as a follower of Bahamut that Tiamat is directly opposed and considered evil.
Yes, and of course I'm able to make the logical leap that if this person is saying, the Queen Tiamat, or, they work with Tiamat, I can reasonably assume that this person's probably evil. Given that they...
I think I gave this information last time. I think it was based off of a roll. I don't think it was above table information. But that, and I'm okay sharing this. If anything, Almera might have shared this with you all. The Githyanki had made some sort of accord with Tiamat, goodness knows how long ago. And that's why you see so many red dragons with the Githyanki. They have some sort of agreement. So I think either beforehand or at least after that information was revealed last time, I'm pretty sure it was, you would know that Tiamat had, as all you know is that red dragons are provided to, at some point in their history, the Githyanki, and it was from Tiamat. How active that relationship is with a 20, let's go a bit farther with that, with how active it is. You have your suspicions that it's maybe an ongoing relationship, but it's still hard to prove. You'd have to be in the Githyanki politics, understand it more deeply.
Yeah.
Any other information
Granted,
you want to fish out of that?
Granted, the ongoingness of that agreement, I think, is kind of evident of, oh hey, we have an egg here.
Yeah, so the question is kind of too, I think where Cadmiel would be unsure is she actively given, not if it's not, it might not be important to Cadmiel, right? But the narrative would be, is there a question of, is it an ongoing providing of resources, like here's more red dragons, or was it years and years and years ago, here's some red dragons and now they're proliferating with the Githyanki, laying eggs, etc., etc.? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So,
Which I think that's a good amount of information.
mhm.
I will be happy to take that as the history check without trying to
Yeah.
push further.
'Cause I think Almera already gave you kind of the crux of that, so I think that would be a good more inquiry for Cadmiel. Yeah, 100%. Cool.
All right.
So she
Yeah, go ahead.
says that about Tiamat, and I kind of just don't say anything and squirm a little bit.
Hmm. Do not see eye to eye with your mother.
Which set of eyes?
You're a peculiar dragon, unlike any I've ever met. Red. Thor was a close friend of mine and companion. I've seen her slain body. She and I had great plans together. Great strong partnership. What brings you, a red dragon, here with these adventurers?
Just trying to see him safely to the other side.
I'm going to roll a perception check on her part.
Yeah.
This is not inciting at Chica. This is a perception check on the party. Lost her stat. Okay, 10, 18. Is it okay for me, because we never really talk about appearances too much, but I like to imagine that you do have like Platinum Dragon regalia on in some capacity, and that your sword would be very obvious, Cadmiel? Are you okay with me making that assumption that like you wear your platinum? Not that you're like running around in paladin cleric stuff, but that you'd have some sort of Bahamut regalia on.
You mean also like Tweety Bird on my shoulder?
Fair. That's fair too. There is that. But for
But
her,
yeah,
she's
I'd
mostly
imagine, like
I'm thinking she would catch eyes on like your sword, which would definitely have edifices, I think, of the Platinum Dragon on it.
Not to mention, if she can see it at this distance, his eye.
What was your eye again?
Damaged in the fight with a Chardalon, brought back with the when he went to Bahamut.
Yeah, I remember the damage. She's not like this is the Githyanki, right? She's not a dragon going, "Ooh, I smell Bahamut on you." She's looking you over and saying, "Oh, is that a marking of the Platinum Dragon on your sword? Is there anything like that else on your person? Like does that make sense?"
Actually, I don't think there would be, because the sword was pulled from a Chardalon's thing.
Oh no, that's a really good.
And so it's the scaled ornament. So I actually have more red dragon stuff on me than
Well,
than
the sword was given to you by Bahamut. I'm pretty sure that was a sword of the Platinum Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The sword, but the scaled ornament is from a Chardalon. So
yeah, so
the sword is
that's-
Bahamut's.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I forgot about that. I thought it all came from a Chardalon sword.
Yeah, that one was literally a blessing from the god. Not as a paladin or anything, but like that pseudo paladin relationship.
Yeah.
Because she would, as a maker or a eye for weapons, see this beautiful sword that would have very apparent Platinum Dragon appearance to it.
And you traveled with a knight. The swords of the Platinum Father.
Odd bedfellows and all.
You are to have my curiosity. Are you sure we cannot speak and come to an agreement and see if perhaps plans can align. Whatever the gifts are paying you, I will pay you more. They have betrayed my people on too many occasions. They could use you all.
Right.
What sort of plans?
So let me ask this real quick before you and I can continue RPing, because we're like kind of stuck in initiative, right?
Yeah,
Let's just say she's putting off her turn to talk, so Orkvo's put off his turn to talk. That would come up to Romuel. What would you like to do, Romuel? Anything? Oh, am I blind? Justin's not in Discord, is he?
I think I heard someone leave.
Oh, yeah, he dropped. Oh, his computer's acting up.
Okay.
He has restarted.
And he's back. Perfect. We just noticed you're a god, Justin. That was funny. Holler when you're able to talk.
Yeah, I switched over to my phone, but my computer's still restarting.
I don't know where you dropped off. She has noted that Cadmiel has a sword of platinum dragon. Orkvo's like, yes, we're strange bedfellows. She said, if you're working for the Gith Sarai, I'll like make you a better offer. I would want your power. I have plans. They've against the Gith Sarai. But then before we continue with, because we're kind of stuck in initiative, Orkvo used his turn to talk. So we're now on you and see how if you want to do any sort of like initiative like actions like combat or anything, or do you just want to let the conversation to continue? And you can also talk too.
Sure, yeah, I'm sitting on deck, so. Well, I think our negotiations ended when your Gith in the Undermountain attacked us. We're looking for a Gith Sarai prisoner.
Yes, Ezria, Gith Sarai, a member of the Fanatics, the Shasaku. You're here on behalf of the Gith Sarai. And remember, we may have attacked you, but you came into our stronghold, bearing arms. Who attacked who first? I wonder. But I'm willing to put
We were
that aside.
simply hired to recover this prisoner.
That's good. I offer you a deal where I can pay you more. And you do not earn the disfavor of our queen, the goddess of Gith.
Above table, I'll ask all of you as players. Is there anybody, JP or Cadmiel, thinking they're gonna like keep rolling with spell casting or anything like that? Because if not, I'll pause initiative, and that way people can feel empowered to talk whenever they want, or if they want to make an input. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So Cadmiel and Tingles, shall I pause initiative so we can just move to a free-flowing RP?
Yes.
JP, you're muted.
Sorry, I was talking to mute. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so we'll pause initiative. There is a moment where the young red dragon is very upset and very angry, right? Because his mother is dead to an extent. But there's a brief moment where he's looking like he still wants to attack, but the Gith Sarai pretty much like in a very strong, powerful voice and draconic, essentially, is like, sit, stay. And the young dragon goes into himself again.
I respect power. You have defeated some of my most powerful knights. Shall we talk?
I mean, we're talking.
What do you
I'll
want?
say, Andrew.
What did they give? What did the give Sarai promise you?
Passage to another plane.
My people are the masters of the astral sea. We know many gates to many different planes.
I'm gonna roll an insight check on her behalf to see if she might like be able to infer, like potentially, with the history of the Githzerai, what he might be talking about. Insight. She actually has a good modifier.
A plane that the give Sarai can take. You're on the precipice of the astral sea. Are you going to the Outlands? Are they going to take you to Limbo?
That's right.
So all you ask is for access to Limbo. This second glance. If you help us, you may gain more than that.
We've already made an agreement with somebody.
And I'm making you a better offer. The Shazokur are heretics. They debase both Githzerai and Githyanki. I've learned this from my captive, Ezria. And they have a headquarters in Zaros. A gate town to Limbo. Even now, I've started machinations to attack this enclave. And for both the benefit of the Githzerai and the Githyanki, destroy them. What do you seek in Limbo? You have I am a supreme commander. My resources here within the Githyanki are vast. What are you hunting? Perhaps we can provide a fleet. Ships, the power of a god behind you.
Saying Draconic, what do you want in return?
For you to destroy the Shazoku.
Do I know what that is?
You do not. This is a foreign
Okay.
word to you, but the inference here is that there's some sort of fanatic Githzerai. And that's her words, right? Fanatic Githzerai.
Yeah.
Faction.
Almira, shed some light on this.
Just so you know, Almera is, just for your consideration for your RP, Almera is disguised as a human again. A human female.
Oh, I see.
So she's
Well,
been
I
very
wouldn't have said that then.
quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. She is like looking at all of you with very considerate eyes on the ship. But she's also trying not to make a move to reveal who she might be.
So you want us
Well,
to take out one of your competitors, shall we say?
Not competitors. They are a virus to all Gith, both Yankee and Zerai.
It would help if you elaborated.
They wish to destroy us.
Because
They are mad.
Okay. And what are they?
They are an abomination of Githzerai and Githyanki, working together for the downfall of both the Zerai and the Yankees. We wish for them to be destroyed. Most importantly, though, I would like to pay you, and for us to become allies, powerful allies. I can provide more than just a gate. Passage. If you do this for me. For us. For my queen.
I mean, in general, that sounds like something that we usually don't take part in. Inside baseball, all that. Wait, what's baseball?
She kind of just gives you a very cocky smile.
If you choose to be the Githyanki enemies, and I condemn your actions here against my people, our empire will not let you rest.
So it sounds like we help you, or you're going to rat us out to your queen kind of thing, or are you going to help us find the portal and we can just go? But we don't want your enemies.
You help us. I provide you passage to limbo, that thing is that I apparently have promised you. Depending on the task done, they might have more resources from us, and that you can have as my promise. As a supreme commander, I have a fleet of ships that you could use. Is it the Saladai that you're going against in Limbo?
I feel like you're asking an awful lot of questions.
Zaus is a precarious place. Diplomatically, it's in the Outlands. Supposedly it is an enclave, an embassy of the Githzerai, but hidden in its heart, the Shashalku, and their machinations to bring us all down.
I think at this point, Almira would speak up and reveal herself. She stands up at the end of the deck. And there is a hissing comes from this Githyanki Supreme Commander, this commander lady.
You speak of the Shashalku, Al-Kai. We are trying to bring our people back together, our fractured people.
She kind of Almira turns to all of you.
She speaks some truth. We do wish to undermine the Githyanki and the Zerai to an extent, our most extreme, by forging a new bond between our people, a fractured people of the Gith, to become one again.
What are you willing to sacrifice to build that future?
I think you've seen what I would sacrifice. I would die for this future.
Again.
Again.
How many would you take with you?
As little as possible. If you remember, I asked that we did not kill the Githyanki. For each of them, there's hope. Even one of those that we slew could have been brought to the Shazaku as one more spirit for a new future. Apologize, the two ladies' voices are getting a little muffled together as being similar. I'm trying to give out more of the more scratchy, airy voice.
King Cadmo.
Yes.
Oh, you already agreed with the Open Lady of Waterdeep to help this person.
Of course. And to be honest, listening to this new offer, for me, is more of a formality.
I don't think your fleet would be of any use against what we're hunting. But I'm willing to make a different ultimatum.
Yes.
You can give us the prisoner. Was it Ezreal?
Ezria.
Ezria. You can hand over Ezria. And we can leave right now. But I don't think keeping her or him is going to be worth a large fire and rock storm on this asteroid.
I respect your commitments to your word. It's very honorable. I want you to remember your words when you have dismissed the Imperial fleet and what it cannot do. When it burns and scorches your lives into dust. The Shajakur will fall, with or without me. I prepare for my fate. Let us end this.
And we're going to get back into the initiative. I do think we're going to do a refresh on rolls, though, because that was just all over the place, and give everyone a fair shot to kind of break back into it.
That's a good start. I'm gonna let Ramiel go first. Something tells me I don't want to be anywhere near where he's pointing that.
No, I'm not going to do the nuclear option. I was bluffing.
One day we're going to fish out the meteor swarm out of you.
I feel like it would kill the prisoner. Like, it's too wide of an area, and we don't know where he is.
I just realized the irony that you're on an asteroid and you could call him meteor swarm.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, if I was going to cast a spell, I was going to ask to look up and just see if there were any
100%.
loose.
But I also like the idea of you like, not
around.
realizing what you're doing because it's the first time and this asteroid just plummets to the twirl and explodes. This accidentally activate this asteroid. No, that would.
See, I was more thinking, like, for the first cast, he tries to cast it. The hell? Why isn't this working? Dunk, dunk, dunk. And the cannons on the side of the Spelljammer go off.
Also, JB, don't forget for your cave bear boys. Go bears. You're also muted still, JP. I don't know if you're talking or not.
13 for the Bears.
The bears.
The bears.
I just realized I need.
Are you gonna roll for Almira?
Yeah, sorry, my brain just caught up to what I was doing. All right, Almira is 6. Alkai, the Supreme Commander. And then the young red dragon. Excellent. All right, we jump right back into the initiative.
Yeah, I just feel like even if we make an enemy of the Gith, it would kind of be a huge slight against Lady Silverhand if we took on this job and then killed that person. And
Love it. I was hoping Tinkles would step in and be like, but a fleet of ships. Our morally dubious character. Or ethically dubious. All right. Camille's up.
I will still let Ramiel go first
Oh,
if he so desires.
no, I feel like I have to be useful.
Exactly.
But
I'm going to roll, I think, a D8 here. And that'll be how many rounds for our concentration stuff will have gone. Because that was a long conversation, right? So I'm going to roll a D8. Okay, so 3 rounds. So, like, slow and conjured animals has 7 more rounds. That's a lot of time, but just good to know. Though at least one round already went, so you technically have 6 rounds of concentration up. Okay.
all right, I'm just gonna lightning bolt.
I'm just going to shoot lightning instead of meteor swarming them.
And just at 3rd level.
Okay.
Okay, 20.
Damn, another low roll.
25, actually. Well, yeah.
All right, the young dragon has. It might even have disadvantage because of slow, but either way, I rolled a nat 1. So 25 damage, right?
Yes.
All right, and now the Gith commander. She has advantage, but 18 is still a fail. So she'll do legendary. No, she'll take that 25. That could be worse. Okay. All right. Ramiel lightning bolts.
I'm gonna go below deck.
And then go below deck. Excellent. You see Quaylen down there like, what's going on?
No, it's just, you fucking pussy.
Too dangerous. So I don't think you understand. It's really big.
You don't know what fucking big is.
Alright, well, I'm already on the deck of the ship, and I got a 30-foot to move to be right here, because I've got flight. So, dropping the bow where I stand, drawing my sword one-handed, and I'm going for it. It's a 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 25 total damage, 12 of which slashing, 13 the radiant lightning.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 24 to hit.
24 hits. Yep, it hits.
32 damage. 30 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for another 32 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And bonus action. Oh yeah, I could do Shield Master Shove. Or do I have anything else to do with bonus action? That's you know what? I'm gonna Second Wind. That's a D10 plus 17 HP regen. So that is 27. I heal 27 HP.
I'm sorry, you healed yourself instead of attacking?
So I had 3 regular attacks and then bonus action.
Oh,
I
you
could have
second winded.
shoved.
Gotcha.
Yeah, second
I
wind.
heard shove and then heal. Because I was reading. All good. Perfect.
Yeah, and that is all I can do on my turn. I would also like to specify, I am going for non-lethal attacks on this character.
Ooh. If you had put them down, that would have been a very important thing that you should have said beforehand, just FYI. So
Yes, I only just realized, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait a sec.
There
Hold
probably
up.
would have been a no takey backies on that one because you didn't say it ahead of time.
Yep, but for this combat, against this character,
Yeah. Going
you know,
forward,
I'm also
100%
going to do
you're
it for the
gonna-
dragon.
Okay. All right, Quaylen is up.
Okay. Well, he wants to keep concentration on the bears. So ooh, I could do this. That's actually oh no, I'm not within range. Where am I? Where's Quaylen's down below? Nah, he can't do that. Can't do that.
Oh, excuse me. She has a. Sorry, I'm really bad. It's one of my biggest things as a DM. I'm really bad at remembering legendary actions. So she would have gotten 2 shots here. So her first shot would go at Dragon Foe because Camille not been up there yet. Disadvantage because of foreskin. So that's 25 to hit at disadvantage.
It does.
30 damage to Dragon. And then they would use their second legendary action back on Dragon. That's a nat 1, so that disadvantage turns guarantees a nat 1. Excellent. All right, now it's Quaylen's turn for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna just heal myself.
Okay. And then
So there's not much else I can do. So 11.
Or excuse me, after Quaylen, she will then use another legendary action on Orc Foe. Disadvantage. 18, I believe, is a miss, right? I think AC is 19.
AC's 19.
Yep, so disadvantage makes that a miss. So last legendary action used. It's now Orc Foe's turn.
I am not pulling punches. These are lethal attacks.
Oh, don't forget you can re-roll for fire, but I don't know if you would even use that in this scenario, so it's up to you. I used it
I
once,
don't
never
think I will,
rolled it.
but we'll re-roll it just for funsies. Do. Ciao. And I don't get it back.
Okay.
Because I think it's a 5 or 6, right? Yep. Did you attempt the Frightful Presence?
You know what? I didn't. I actually forgot about Frightful Presence.
Cool. So I'll bluster really big and try Frightful Presence on the 2 of them. There's just 2 of them, right?
Yep.
DC 19 Wisdom saving throw.
19 wisdom saving throw. Young red dragon. 19 wisdom is a fail.
Whippersnapper.
No advantage because that's not magic. So that's 19 on her. I think. What was the save?
That's the DC.
Okay, so she just saves,
Yep.
but young red
Yep.
dragon is furred.
Cool. And I will take my multi-attack with 3 attacks, 1 with bite, 2 with close. How are they looking?
They look pretty rough, or like they look
Yeah.
bloodied.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the caster. 1 with bite. Is that coming through in the channel? Dirty 20.
I don't think if you're using the encounter thing, it usually doesn't pop up. So I just trust you to tell me what it is.
It says 2DM, so it's 20 to hit.
Oh, that will send me a direct message in Avray, but I'm not that worried about it. You can just
Okay.
holler it at me.
Got you. Okay.
So at
does
advantage,
it-
what was it?
Oh, it's at advantage. Cool.
Because you're still four-sided, foreskinned.
Yeah. Still a 20. So
20 would hit. She uses a reaction to parry that hit.
Okay. So that's the bite, and then 2 with claws. At advantage. 27 to hit
That'll hit.
for 18 slashing.
Nice.
Do I add any modifiers to that? I guess not, probably.
It would tell you in the
Okay.
logarithm.
Okay. And then the last one.
Or if you're clicking on it, it's probably adding whatever it is in there anyways.
Yeah. 27 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for 18 slashing.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll stay put.
Excellent. Okay, buyers.
Bears.
She is
The big
looking
old bears.
rough. You get the sense that she was not expecting, especially like Cadmail's ability, and she's looking a little. She's now looking a little uneased for a hardened battle person. But you do get a sense that she's still going to attempt something. So but
That's
she's looking
this
rough.
one. That's looking rough and
Mm-hmm.
possibly attempting something. All right. Well, this one is going to attack this one.
Okay.
Bing bong. 21.
21 hits.
All right. Damage is 11.
All right.
All right. Second attack. 23 hits.
Yah.
And damage 12.
12. So you kill her as the cave bear,
Hell yeah.
if you want to describe that. But as you're doing it, you're noticing that she was going to attempt to. Well, no, funny enough, you would not notice because it's an innate thing to her. But I like them about this. I'll add this to whatever you want to do it. For the narrative, she was going to try and plane shift away. So, like, as her form's beginning to kind of like maybe dissipate, like disintegrate in its own little magical way to teleport, the cave bear, you like kind of reach out, grab her, and just do whatever you want to her.
Imagine, like, with the first attack, he just rears up on his hind legs and just comes down and bites her on the neck and just, like, flails her body and throws it on her on the ground, and then takes the claws and just starts, like, engorging her in her guts, and, you know, innards are just spilling out all over the place.
Love it. All right. I guess we're not out of initiative yet. There is still a young red dragon, but she is down and dead.
So, can this bear move so this one is no longer squeezed?
Yeah, definitely has a turn. And this guy can't
Yeah.
do reactions because of the slowed, so you can just like back up and not. worry
Yeah,
about
just
attacks.
pretty much like here and then here.
Smart.
And so, yep, this one's gonna do bite. That one misses. 15. claws.
Well, slow is what is that? Is that a -2? I think you still miss, but let me make sure. I think it's a -2 to the AC. Yeah, so there is a -2. Let me double check. You said 15. Okay, see, 15 just missed because
right. I remember it's 18 before. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that bear just misses, and
Oh, you have advantage because it's frightened. Or wait, no, it has. You do not. Sorry, I think he only has disadvantage against attacks, not advantage against it. So continue with your next attack.
I just rolled both, and both missed.
Okay. Now it's Tink's turn.
Tingle, tangle, tingly, tangle. All right, so he is going to do. Probably just magic missile. I could do fireball, but I'd have to shoot pretty far out to get just him.
It's a fire dragon.
Fire won't do nothing.
That's right. Yeah, just magic missiles from his crotch. And he can only do first level, so. Well, he could do Dissonant Whispers. Yeah, let's do Dissonant Whispers. Because that's 3d6. Wisdom saving throw 19.
Wisdom saving throw 19 on the younger dragon. That is a fail.
Yep,
Fail.
so 12.
Then it has to use its movement, right?
Yeah, does my bear get an attack of opportunity?
Yas.
Hell yeah.
So does
So that's
Cadmail, so does Big Dragon.
So we'll do just we'll do claws. And he misses. Okay.
Catmail and Orkville, you guys want to do attacks of opportunities?
Yes. I had 30.
Yes.
What'd you roll, Jeff?
30
Yeah.
for 18 slashing.
Okay.
Or, piercing. It was a bite.
I rolled a 24 to hit for another 32 damage.
Yas.
Still non-lethal for me.
Good note. All right. Still up, looking rough. Tingles, anything else?
Well, I couldn't. Nah, I'm not going to spare anyone. We're almost done with this battle.
Almera. I think she can teleport. She's can't. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. She'll dash up to the young red dragon. Young red dragon's turn. He has disadvantage, but he does attempt to attack Amara one time because he's still slowed. I guess she's sort of. I forgot she's at 1 HP, but I think she would still want to make sure this thing doesn't get away. So she would still risk it for the biscuit here. So the dragon attack at disadvantage. Just trying to bite once, and that's a miss. Trauma.
I'm going to run up on deck, and that'll be all my movement. And could I see him from here?
I'm gonna say you're gonna when you get on deck, you can kind of shift around a little bit. So if you want to
Well, getting up on deck would be all my movement, wouldn't it?
Well, I know I'm being a little flexible with all your movement, cause we don't know where the actual hatch is, wherever you're going in and out. So if you want to pop up here with your movement, then you'll have line of sight. I'm fine with that.
All right, I'm just going to attempt a firebolt. I know he's a fire dragon, but
Fair enough.
It's a 30.
30 hits. Cadmiel, your turn.
Is he just?
No, he is
is he
immune to fire.
resistant?
Yeah, he is
He's
immune.
immune.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
All
worth
right.
fishing for that information, but yeah.
All right. Well, 40 feet. Draw my shield. I'm going to use my action to attack. So, I've got Shield Master's Shove that says if I take the attack action on my turn, I can use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet. So, will I have to, like, use all 3 attacks before I try to shove this guy prone?
Yes. I know some people, like
Okay.
back in the day, people have tried to do it that way. I'm like, that is so broken. That's not the way it's supposed
Yep.
to go. Yeah, it should be after you do your attacks. Yep.
Fair enough, and I will do
Thank you
my
for
attacks
asking, I'm
now.
assuming. I think
23
Wizards even did like
to hit.
an errata to like clarify that language, and everyone was so upset when Jeremy Crawford was like, "It's supposed to be after," because so many people were like, "What would you remember?" Okay.
Ah, but extra attack. Or not extra attack,
Action surge. After
battle
that.
surge. Action
Yeah,
surge, yes.
yeah. All right. So that
So
was
23 to hit for
27.
27 damage.
Cool. He's looking rough.
Yes. So 22 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for 26 damage.
If you want to describe your non-lethal kill or disabling, knocking out, you can, but you have knocked out the dragon.
Alright. I'm guessing because the space for this dragon, it kind of had to, like, not quite squeeze through the door, but it's not exactly enough space for a dragon to fly through. So
Yeah, it wouldn't
I'm
have
just
been able to
imagining.
fly through, but to be fair, it's big enough for an adult dragon to get through pretty comfortably. So he could have kind of flown through a little bit. And this space would be cavernous enough for the dragon to fly a little bit. But he's on the ground, right? He was just kind of running.
Yeah.
He wasn't focused on flying in that moment.
Yeah, I'm just kind of imagining the dragon is about to take off, or at least use the wings to make it easier to go faster. As Cadmail just gets in a couple of slices in the back of the legs to, and as it tries to push with its wings, it just falters and face plants into the ground.
Love it. Unconscious. We are out of initiative. I do think I'll call the 10-minute break here, though, and then we can regroup to see what you guys want to do next. Awesome. All right, let's do 30
All
minutes
right.
more. BRB.
JP, you there? Guess not.
All right, all right. Jeff, did I see you guys were traveling somewhere interesting and fun? Oh, JK. No. Was that Netherlands? Yeah. So did the family get to go with you? Because I thought I did see that from Stacy, right? When Jeff is muted, it's actually showing a big giant mute sign on him now. It must be an update to this little thing I use, like over his token, because it's good through Discord. You know, that's funny. I want to see if there's an option I like.
Oh, don't click on the loot boxes in Discord.
I saw that thing pop up. I'm like, that's a trap.
Damn it, you got me.
Yeah, I posted a nice thing in the memes chat.
Interesting.
I cast the ultimate forbidden spell! Unfold your April!
Testicular torsion.
Okay, moving music back.
Intestinal itch!
Oh, please don't. I have too much digestive issues. Too. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I like this overlay whether it shows the mute or not. I'm like, I guess there's no harm in it. All right. Okay. We are out of combat. You have knocked out. Sorry, my brain already forgot. How did the Supreme Commander die? She's dead, right? Because it wasn't Cadmail.
Yeah, it
knocking
was.
her out.
I
Death
think,
by bear.
Death by
Death
bear.
by bear.
That's right.
Yeah.
So she's dead, but you did knock out the young red dragon. So let me take the X off of him just so we remember he's technically alive.
Because
Excellent. Almera speaks up.
I appreciate you all sticking to your word. The might of the Githyanki fleet is not something to spurn easily.
She kind of gives Cadmiel, because I know you had made some like good statements during all that. She kind of gives you a very respectful bow.
The Githrai and the Shasaku I know that.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how screwed are we with Blacketh?
Currently, the scale has not been rung or scored yet.
But I mean, like, isn't she a god and see everything and all that stuff?
If word leaves this asteroid, you have made a formidable enemy.
Guess we need to make sure that don't happen.
You do have choices ahead of you, but I do not. If there's more Githyanki soldiers here, you have to choose what to do with them. But if word makes it to Vlakith, Shasakun would be destroyed. She would use it as political maneuvering to justify attack on Zaus and the Outland. Must be done, must be done.
Let's find your contact and get out of here.
These
Well-
secrets of Shasakur, as much as your name making to Vlakith, cannot leave this asteroid. We must purge it of any loose ends.
Once we find who we're looking for, we can take care of any trails we've left behind.
Oh
She
shit,
seems-
that dragon's still breathing.
She looks very sad, and like the thought of like having to continue any more bloodshed.
unfortunately, I think at this point, anything short of a miracle would require us to leave none who could witness this.
Then why did you leave this one breathing?
Hope? I wish that maybe we could leave at least one thing alive here when we leave, but
Well, we are
If anything.
taking something with us. We've already spared one red dragon today. I'm talking about the egg.
Yeah.
We could take prisoners. So there would be a Githzerai incident, not a chasse coup. Your word to support our cause against the pressure of Al-Kai has not been lost. Know that the secret of the chasse coup, though, I ask you all to swear it upon your hearts that you will never speak its name to any person.
You've my word.
I'm not interested in your politics. I just want to make it to Limbo. But what I said before wasn't totally a lie. Once we recover this person, I could destroy this asteroid for us. There won't be anything left behind.
She is thinking, and she's kind of rubbing her chin, right?
This is a strategic location. But I do think I see the wisdom in it being destroyed. The Githzerai would have no need for this dock. We don't have the resources to stretch this far tutorial. The open lady may be interested, but also it is a strategically vulnerable position to have a portal from wild space beneath her city, so perhaps she would like it destroyed. There would still be the Crystal Labyrinth occupants if they need are alive. I don't know if there's any Githyanki back within the portal. Step by step, shall we continue our search for Ezria, or shall we attempt a rest again? What are we thinking?
We can't just leave this dragon to wake back up, can we? Have to at least tie it up.
Do we have binds that can subdue a dragon, no matter how young it may be?
I do think Tatiana would lean into you, Romuald, overhearing this conversation and for a narrative. I do think we could... she doesn't have that accent. Sorry, it's been a while since I've dusted off her voice.
I think this is something we could use.
Is that?
This asteroid. One of a kind to have. Sorry, keep going back to the Gith accents. I gotta. Yeah. I think this could be a very strategic location. Not too many wizards can claim to have an asteroid. Give us access to wild space. Though it might be hard to hold. These are new. This is a new world I'm stepping into. I've never seen a spelljammer in person. But I agree with her. There's wisdom in you destroying it. But this is a resource.
It would be nice to have a tower here.
It would take a very
But-
odd kind of person to be able to bump into you here versus a tower in the wilderness. Or maybe it would be easier here. More noticeable. I don't know. Just thoughts to consider. Just us doing our due consideration with whatever choices we go with.
If we acquire one of the spelljammers, then I think I can keep this location in my pocket. At least I don't think we need to completely destroy the asteroid.
She just kind of smiles at it. The thought. Though I know you've been itching, it seems, to unleash something new. I would enjoy to see you flex your muscles. What an interesting home. That's all. All right. So unfortunately, your short rest was interrupted. So what would you all like to do?
I think my dragon potion's probably worn off nowish.
To be fair, it technically hasn't, right? Because I don't think you did a short rest before. And like exploration and combat's really nothing too extensive. So like legitimately, you probably have like a good half hour left on your potion.
Okay.
So if you take a short rest, that's different. But above table, you technically have 30 minutes left on your potion, on your potion.
Cool. How many hit die do I have left? Oh, I only have four hit die left, so I will stay a dragon for a while.
Yeah, you all will have to start the process over.
We gotta get Romulo attuned to the helm, right?
I think Cadmel wanted that pleasure.
Yeah.
More that I thought I was the one who didn't exactly have a need for my third attunement. So I had the most expendable ability to attune to another thing.
I would like to roll some hit die, though.
Shall we come back to it? A short rest and a dragon disappears, but then we all regain some strength in other ways. What do we choose?
Any idea how to deal with this dragon without killing it, Ramiel?
I suppose maybe you could use your symbol to banish it.
As far as I'm aware, that completely and utterly destroys the target. Alright, the music picking up right after I said that really made it sound like that completely and utterly destroys the target, except for its soul, which will haunt us for the rest of our lives.
I don't see any reason in keeping the dragon alive.
Yeah, Chad, gonna need a real good reason, man.
Unfortunately, my reason hinged on us having a solution that didn't cause us issues later on down the road. Given that we can't do that, Cadmail will give the killing blow if nobody objects.
Marilyn
Do it, man.
nods, like, sadly.
At least he died close to his mother, who he also killed.
I hated my mother.
Don't get too gruesome with it. Cadmail finishes off the dragon. One loose end.
So to paint the picture, like, is the dock we're in, like, it's kind of open to
The space.
essentially space?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna, like...
Or at least out here. I did move all your
Yeah.
tokens, like, inside.
I'm going to, like, toss the dragons out into space just to get them off the board.
So there would be that kind of satisfying sensation of you, like, throwing them out, and they begin to kind of, like, you see them level out at first, like, almost to, so the way to imagine it is through the asteroid itself, there is a gravity plane, kind of like where you're standing, right? So you feel like there's gravity. So as it goes out into space, it kind of clings to that plane as it kind of stretches out to the horizon a little bit. But then as you see, as the gravity gets weaker and weaker, eventually it begins to drift, and you get that little sensation of, like, yeah, it's going a little bit closer to the atmosphere, and eventually it just kind of slowly, the distance between it and the asteroid switches as gravity takes effect on the different masses. But yeah, I like that. There's a bunch of Gith bodies, or do you just want to do with the dragons?
No, everything. Just clean slate. So if anybody else comes, you will be like, what? What are you talking about?
So that will take some minutes to do, right? That will take, there was a lot of bodies here, right? I mean, you're a dragon, so it's not going to take you long, but that's a few minutes, so use that for consideration. I'd say, like, at least another...
I'm not doing the short rest, so, like, everybody else can while I'm doing it.
Okay, so you are gonna give up your last 30 minutes, essentially. Excellent. All right, so you spend 30 minutes cleaning up, etc., etc. You guys hunker down. Fortunately, there's no more rolls to be made, so if there's anything narratively you guys want to touch on during the short rest, this is a good time for it. If not, Orkvo cleans up, and anyone who wants to lightly help with that, but then the rest of you will get your short rest off.
So do I get the short rest, or am I foregoing the short rest entirely for the
If you're
attunement?
tuning, you're giving up the short rest heals. Yeah.
The heals, but I do have features that come back on a short rest.
Let me actually check the wording on that real quick. Because I usually I rule it that, like, attunement takes place instead of a short rest. I'm curious, like, is it an hour to attune? Because then that kind of would dictate the verbiage there. Because if it says you can take a short rest to attune, I think that would
You would have to unattune as well, wouldn't you?
The way I
think you
understand
can-
it, you can attune a new item, and then it will replace something you're attuned to. Is the way I've understood
really?
it in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I think.
according to the attunement thing on D&D Beyond, attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest, so I do take a short rest, focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it.
Yeah, so I like that
did you do?
verbiage, because that means you could then use your other short rest abilities. because you're taking a short rest, right? You're not taking an hour to attune. So let me just make sure there's no official rulings on that, because I think I need to clear that from my own brain. I like the idea of a choice to be made there between a short rest and attunement, because that's a big choice. But let's see with attunement and short. Let's put short rest healing.
Yeah, because if that's the case, I'm also going to attune to something else.
Oh, okay. So no, I actually do have to do 2 short rests because a creature's attunement to an item ends if the creature no longer satisfies the prerequisites for attunement, if the item has been more than 100 feet away for at least 24 hours, if the creature dies, or if or if another creature attunes to the item. A creature can also voluntarily end attunement by spending another short rest focused on the item unless it is cursed. So I actually have to spend a short rest unattuned to the Talisman of Pure Good, and then another short rest to attune to the Spelljammer.
I am seeing that you can attune and heal. Nothing's contradicting that, so definitely at least get your heals in. I'm only low.
Yippee!
We want to do 2 hours so that Cadmail can attune to that, and then I'm actually, if he does that, then I'm gonna attune to a different item as well.
Yeah, I don't see anything that's actually contradicting the rules there. So it's like you do need to spend a short rest to unattune from an item and then do another hour to attune. So I think that is actually correct. I think you do need to, which makes the choices even more impactful, which I think is pretty fair. So you can't just like short rest, switch a lot of items out constantly. Maybe that's not fun, you know? I'm going to stick to my home brew here, or my own home ruling here. Let's say that you can, like, let's say you're maxed out at 3. If you attune to a new item for 1 hour, it'll pop out whatever one you don't want. Let's just do that, and we'll keep an eye on it. If it seems broken, it's broken, but I don't see too much of an issue with that. It'll give players more flexibility and strategy to, like, if they have enough magic items to attune in a dungeon crawl during an hour, I'm like, cool, you know, that's more strategic choice, so. But just be clear, that's my home ruling on that. So you can.
I just realized.
Go ahead.
The Spelljamming Helm requires attunement by a spellcaster.
I mentioned that last time. You're correct, but my home ruling is anyone can do it because it's more fun.
Okay.
Yep. That way everyone has a choice to be like, being a pilot and a captain sounds really fun, but if I'd known we were doing spell jamming, I wouldn't have done it, you know.
I'm gonna take a 1 level dip into Warlock so I can be a Spelljammer captain.
Right. It's like, or I can just say anyone can do it, and then you can keep playing your character, right?
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Transfer attunement. I can use an action to touch a willing spellcaster. In this case, it would be a willing player character, I guess. That creature attunes to the Spelljamming Helm immediately, and your attunement to it ends.
I think we all can raise our hands and nominate Riley Cadmail as it, because he's actually taking the time to read the rules too, so he's even more. I say you're the captain.
All right, King Captain Cadmail it is.
Look at me, I am the Cadmail now. No, obviously you guys can have your own discussion with that and stuff, but I really respect the fact that Riley's already looking up the rules.
As long as
these
I
are
get
all
shot.
new rules to me, so we'll be learning together.
I just want us to have an airship. I don't really mind who's at the helm.
I'm just imagining parking the Spelljammer outside the castle.
They could be right outside your window if you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm reading the rules, and it says you can travel 100 million miles in 24 hours.
Yeah, when you're in wild space.
100 million.
I think, right? Are you reading that in the official the newer Spelljammer thing? Jeff?
Spelljamming Helm is what I'm reading, yeah.
Yeah, you can use the Spelljamming Helm
at least
to
from
move
the
the ship
newer
through.
supplement, because I don't know how much has changed from old Spelljamming rules into 5e. I don't know if they've made changes.
This is straight from D&D Beyond.
Perfect.
Like, this is the item
pretty much the question.
that I am putting on the thing. But yeah, it does say you can use the Spelljamming Helm to move the ship through space, air, or water up to the ship's speed. If the ship is in space and no other objects weighing 1 ton or more are within a mile of it, you can use the Spelljamming Helm to move the vessel fast enough to travel 100 million miles in 24 hours.
Yes. So this was something that... So I talked with Justin last time we played. So there's going to be some rules and concepts changing and shifting a little bit. Our multiverse theory is a little wonky, because I learned, for the last few months, I've been reading both Planescape and been reading Spelljammer. There's actually a bit of contradiction between how both settings are presenting the multiverse. The Planescape one is kind of how I was doing it before. It's just very much like you need to go to a whole nother multiverse. In the Spelljammer supplement, that's not true. Essentially, Greyhawk, where you guys had to travel to another multiverse, in Spelljammer setting, that's another world that you guys can get on a ship right now from this asteroid, travel 40 millions of miles in 24 hours, and sail to it. Eberron, in my universe, Exandria, all those worlds exist in your world, in your wild space, and you can literally fly ship to ship. So there's a little bit of narrative dissonance here, because to unify all my concepts, I think I'm going to shift to Spelljammer's definition on that. So what that means, though, too, is that, instead of using this crazy Beyond the Blue Veil thing for Romil to travel from Greyhawk to Toril, your Forgotten Realms world, he can use teleport. He can literally use the teleport spell instead. So it makes travel from world to world a lot more easier and accessible. I kind of posted a little graphic thing. It kind of explains. So where the blue veil would be useful is traveling to other multiverse timelines, other worlds where another version of your world in Greyhawk exists. Does that make sense? Or I hope it makes sense, because that's very complicated. But the short of it is, you can get on the Spelljammer and you can sail to Greyhawk, where you guys were originally. That sounds fun to me, so I think I prefer that interpretation on the multiverse. Yeah, where's my this is so I officially did this, and again, I don't expect it to make sense, but I did try to make a graphic out of it.
So it's we could teleport to Greyhawk if we wanted, but if we wanted to go to the Misfits world, then it would be more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. And the Misfits have their own version of the Forgotten Realms and stuff, right? At one point, I was considering making you guys all in the same world and maybe at different timelines, but what I didn't like about that is that there's a little bit of pressure of oh, you guys did Tomb of Annihilation. Now, technically, narratively, I don't want to do that again with them. So instead, I'm everyone exists in Nate's and DM's brains multiverse, but everyone has their own timeline. So if they want to do Tomb of Annihilation, they can choose to do that. And we're not feeling like we're stepping on each other's toes. Yeah, so this is my crazy shit. In my homebrew, that kind of ties through all the timelines, is kind of what I'm calling them. All the different groups, worlds. I still have this the River of Styx. The River of Dead is one way to traverse everything. From other worlds and stuff, or other multiverses. And there's certain things exist outside of these time and spaces, Sigil being the one that you guys have heard about a lot, right? Sigil being the Planescape multiverse thing, I still think is very appropriate to be outside of time and space. So if you go there, the Misfits from Tuesday and Mirai might show up. That's the kind of weird, the weird things where that could happen. Yeah, and you found the correct ship. You are the Lamprey ship. Let's look at the Lamprey ship then together, because if you guys end up using this, the weapons, right? you guys are right now. You guys have eyes on the smaller one. There's obviously the other one's a nautiloid, and then there's the I believe it's the Bombard is the other one. The Bombard's a bigger one, and I think it has more weapons. But you see how it says crew, right? Next to the weapons on the lamprey.
Yeah, 15 crew versus the Bombard's 12.
Well, I'm specifically looking at the weapons, because I think it's an important thing. So on the lamprey, they have a ballistae with crew 3 each, right? The reason why that 3 is important is because it takes 1 action to load a ballista, 1 action to aim it, and 1 action to fire it. So if you have 3 crew there, they take care of that. So keep that in mind for your weapons. Let's say it's just you, the party, and you guys are all rolling initiative, and you're slinging spells and all that. You don't get to just then use the ballista. It takes an action for someone to load it. It takes an action for someone to aim it. But if you hire a crew of 3, they can do that for you. Like, my job's to load it. My job's to aim it. My job's to fire it. And they can do it on a turn, right, as a collective crew. So just kind of like note that for your weapon.
I kind of prefer the Bombard. And that's just me. It's like we have 5 people, 1 at the helm, and the other 4 can just be on the cannon. And
Jesus Christ, the giant cannon, yeah. Yeah. But it costs 1,000 gold per shot.
that's like the TF2 heavy meme.
Oh, I didn't see that cost.
$40,000
yeah,
this
1,000
weapon.
gold.
1,000 gold per
12
shot.
seconds.
Yes, exactly.
It costs 1,000 gold to fire this cannon once every 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
To be fair, you guys are actually at that level where, like, hey, that's a good use for you guys to spend all the Tingle's money, right? On
Yes, I think we found a treasure room here with a whole lot of treasure in it, and we just walked past it.
So
Like,
I do wanna. I'm gonna copy this image because this does show how giant the giant cannon is.
Oh yeah, it's got that huge.
Yeah, it's got a deck for the cannon, an entire deck of the ship.
I think the picture is on the board. I can like show it too. You can kind of, once you know what you're looking at, you can like kind of see the cannon stretching out in the front of it.
It's
Yeah,
the A10 Warthog of Spelljammers.
I think, I would go with the Bombard if you have to choose one. Plus, I think the aesthetic is just nicer. It's a nicer looking ship.
Well, you don't want
All right,
typical
but,
non-void freaky look.
What weapons to the
That's
Nautilus?
probably up Gary's
I'm
alley.
going to say this something about the Nautiloid. I'd actually ask you guys not to look at it because there's a mechanical spoiler with that I think is important for you guys not to know. Because you guys are not experts on mind flayers and Nautiloid ships. I don't think the information's come up, so I ask you guys don't look at it.
Well, I did not see what I would think would be a spoiler, so I have clicked away. However, I would like to say that when we get back to Suzail, I am definitely going to get the front end of the ship remade to look like a platinum dragon.
Yes.
Or where the cannon comes out.
Mm-hmm. Make it into a dragon face.
Yes.
I think it should look like something else.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
You should have laid.
Oh,
you
good
should have.
coming.
I see this is already one of those like diversive moments where like what could have been. What if Tingles had become the captain of that ship? And now we're seeing a glimpse of what that timeline would have looked like. Well, I mean, to be fair,
Also,
there's multiple ships here. There could be multiple captains.
Also, at the gravity plane thing, because that's like I'm looking at the actual Spelljammer rules entirely because it's got a book. It had the ship A has an air bubble, and B that gravity plane. Wait, that's not the image that I just copied. The gravity plane is actually like it works both directions. So
Yeah, you could walk on
it's
the
basically a
bottom of your
flat.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course air envelope.
And that's actually kind of what I
Of
was describing for the asteroid. You'll see a lot of that in the Spelljammer stuff. If like there's, I'm sure there's exceptions to it, but that's how they do a lot of objects in wild space. Is like a flat line down through, or like a plane through everything, and then there's a top side and a bottom side. For simplicity, I feel like they do that for consistency. Yeah, so you could technically
Yeah.
just like walk along the bottom. And also, you guys are, I think I would rule that you guys are technically in wild space right now where the asteroid is. Pretty sure you guys can fly, but and I think it's the Astral Sea rules, which is like, it's based on your intelligence score.
Yeah. Well, I could fly to begin with, so.
Right, but also ironically, the intelligence modifier could be more because I think it's ×5. Like, I think it's ×5. It's been a bit. Let's see.
I did want to point out, though, because I'm attuning to the Dragon Touch focus, but I'm unattuning the Glass Staff. And this will be,
my god!
yeah, this will be
Wow,
the first time I've unattuned from it. Yeah, this is the first magic item I got. I'm just now replacing it.
Yeah, so in Astral Sea, you're also known as Wild Space. You can propel yourself by thought alone. The more intelligent a creature is, the faster it can move. A creature there that can choose to move in this fashion can move in a direction to a flying speed and feet equal to 5 times its intelligence score. So that's not your modifier, but your score.
I move faster with my intelligence than I do with flying by 5 feet.
So how
And
fast
I
could
have
you
a
move, Romuel?
minus.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What is your score, Romuel? 20 or are you 22? I don't remember.
Just 20.
Just 20. So you can fly
Just
100 feet a second. Or a second around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 feet every 6 seconds.
No manuals. If we found a manual of intelligence, then I'd have a spell save DC of 25.
Okay, so you guys have that toy, and I like to imagine that as you attune to, well, I'll give you that choice. You guys, you rushed into it, right? You went for the smaller ship, but before the short rest took place, I don't mind if you guys want to think about going to the other ship and taking a shot at it. I will say on that other ship, you do see that one's actually has a name on the side of it inscribed, and it says the Blunderbuss.
Oh.
The smaller lamprey would have a name on it in Githyanki or in Gith. Just literally just called the Fly. Not very creative.
Why is it called the Fly? Because it fly. No, are you saying that because it's what it does? No, it's because it is. Fly as fuck, boy.
It is fly.
Awesome. All right, so it sounds like some attunements and short rests happen. And I don't mind us continue talking about the spell jamming, but I know you guys still have other stuff to handle before you even kind of get to what you even want to do with that, or if you even use it going forward. You have interesting choices ahead of you. Yeah, so short rest goes off, so make sure you've rolled your hit die if you have it.
Already done.
And for the Dragon Touch focus, I'm taking the chromatic feature.
Oh, I'll give you guys a little teaser. I was experimenting with I legitimately have no idea how much spell jamming we'll get into. Oops, I just lost it. But I'm experimenting with so what would we do if we actually got into a spelljammer battle? And I've started making conceptual maps for it. So this was just a concept I was working on. Okay, drop the enemy on there because I think these squares are more. Yes, each square is 10 feet or is it 20 feet? Yeah, 20 feet a square, and so if you were just fighting other ships, this was just the early concept for it. But anyways, as I said, we maybe don't want to keep talking about spell jamming because you have other stuff to do.
Where do you think your associate would be?
Somewhere in a cell, I would imagine. I don't know where. We'll just have to search for them. As I told Ramiel, they could even be back through the portal in the crystal caves that we came through. I do not know.
Well, I don't think we've gone down this door yet. Let us see what is down that path.
All right, let me zoom in. I heard you, but I don't see you. Let me clear off all of our bodies. Gotcha.
Yeah, the
Thank you
bodies
for
have
being-
already hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Excellent. Our bears are gone, right? How long does Conjure Animal last?
Is it 3 hours?
Some number of rounds.
Up
It's
to
3 days.
Up to 1 hour, so.
Oh, 1 hour.
Gary is in the middle of flirting with the cave bears and they just disappear. Fuck! Damn it. Alright. You're at that door. Let's do a little refresher on everything in here. Just in case there's anything of interest, because most of it's focusing on combat. So this area is maybe a little bit interesting. Looks like this is cold storage, it says. So if you explored in this area, it's very chilly. And any poking around, you would have seen a lot of food and meat in a freezer, essentially. You, I'm assuming you guys would poke around a little bit. No investigation checks are involved. You would know that there's a lot of food in here. Again, a bit of a spelljammer twist and everything. It's this isn't food from the Forgotten Realms. There's a lot of very oddities in there if that piques anyone's interest. But if not, we just can keep moving. This one you see labeled Hecathan Doom Radishes.
Ah, yes. A doom radish. For when you need a meal. Of doom!
And there's general other barrels and supplies in here. Again, a lot of food stuff. So there's a lot of water barrels and such in this space.
Hey, I don't suppose anybody has a little pick me up potion, or those of you that have pested.
We just took a nap.
I didn't, because I stayed a dragon so I could guard and toss the other dragons out.
Yeah, Tingles can use one of his
I just looked at my inventory and I've got a potion of healing, and it's like, what is it, 2d4 plus 4 or something?
No, I can
2d4 plus 2.
do cure wounds at a 4th level. Wait, don't I have mass cure wounds in here somewhere? I do have mass cure wounds, and I can kind of give everyone a heal. Do we want to do that?
Is anybody else in need?
Probably Almira.
To be fair, I should have taken a short rest myself. So let me roll some hit die.
So nobody needs, like,
Actually,
no one else can use.
I mean,
She, I think, used a lot of her hit die, I think. Maybe she didn't. She has a fuck ton of hit die.
yeah, I won't say no. I'm at 92 out of 121.
I have more hit points than that, but
Oh, just tell me what we want to do. I can do cure wounds at like a 4th level. That's 4d8 plus 5. Or mass cure wounds, and that's 3d8 plus 5. Whatever.
I mean, that's up to you. I don't know what sort of slots you have, but
I have 10 charges on this tool, so
Oh,
it's
I
not
see.
one of my spell slots.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm fully healed at the moment, so I would gain 0 benefit from participating in the heal.
Almira is now at full health.
Okay, so I think
Maybe
I'm
just
gonna
me.
just do you, yeah.
NPCs are built so different. You see this, she has 23 hit die.
20.
Thank you very much.
Sporting Jacks is so dumb. Sorry. I just opened up a thing and it said, "Oh, Sporting Jacks has hired Jurgen Klopp." I'm like, okay, come on, guys. You're not fooling anyone on April Fools.
Even as like a obvious April Fool's joke, that's a pretty bad one.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, that was dumb.
Okay. Cadmill's at a door.
Alright. Knock, knock, bitches! I open the door.
Cricket. And don't forget, Orkvo, you see everything like 6 seconds before it happens. You just saw Cadmill like phase, like you knew he was going to open the door.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't like this, but yeah, I will walk forward, prepared to use the wings to fly if anything gets funky.
Time to get funky.
Whoop.
I'm moving you just for speeding it up. Move down and you look through. In this space, a library, a lot of books. The walls of this cavern are lined with books.
Do I recognize the language?
Oh yeah, Jeff, I'm assuming Orkvo's like lugging the big giant egg around everywhere he goes, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's my baby.
What'd you say, Cadmill Riley?
Do I recognize the language on the books?
I don't think you do. But I do think to the extent at this point, like you recognize like Almer's like, it's Gith. After he's probably pointed out other Gith words to you. You're like, you recognize like the script.
Are all these books Gith? They're all Gith?
Yep. It seems every book here is written in Gith. I wonder, I'm curious, every once in a while, like, is it dwarves? There's like weird lore, right, in the Forgotten Realms where like certain races use the same letters as other races. Like, I'm curious if it says anything about like the Gith language, if it's like Elvish runes or anything like that. Probably not. I don't think there's any connection between Gith and any other races. I don't see anything on my quick skim. So yeah, like no, everything about it's just completely foreign. There's a lot of military history on these books. This is a book about the great battle against the Illithids. She kind of puts it back on the shelf, walks over to another one, pulls it off. This is a book on a battle over 200 years ago against my people. I was there for this.
Can I check to see how old these books look?
Roll an investigation check.
29?
29. So this is going to get a little weird because that's a very interesting question to ask. Because my assumption, right, the way I'm framing this asteroid, that is a part of the astral sea and wild space. These books have, with a 29, you expect them to be older than they are. Like, I know that's strange, but it's like if you picked up, if we as people picked up what's an old leather bound book that has all the imprints and all the signs of being from the 30s, or let's say the late 1800s. The typography, everything about it seems archaic or old, but it's in perfect condition, like it just came off the press. But there's a mixture of this. Some seem to be older, but everything is in pristine condition.
Well, I think I'll be taking whatever first editions I see.
To be
Back
fair,
to a larger
unless you're
library.
using like one of the abilities to read, you won't know. I mean, things would look older, like subjectively to you, so you can grab those. But for your investigation check, you just notice that there's a lot of various style, but nothing here shows sign of decay. Outside of mishandling, you pulled a book off, and depending on your character's personality, like, oh my god, somebody
Dog ears.
Yeah, someone fucking dog ears this fucking book. You know, like that son of a bitch. Like
Well, he's going back and forth and looking, thinking about, I can take these books back to Candle Keep,
Oh yeah, 100%. And like the way this room is described, it's like there's books everywhere.
If you would like to fill the bombard up with books, I would not be against it once we have finished what we're doing here.
Even if you all do not take these, I would. If we destroy this, we should preserve this collection. Though it's from Yankee hands, It would have very important information for the history of our peoples.
Of course. There are a few that I would trust more than Romuald to keep this information safe. And given that this is your history, you would be among them.
Pretty wild that you're more interested in these books than that room of treasure.
Oh,
But
of
I
course
get
the
it.
treasure is
But I
going
get
to
it.
take precedent.
Maybe for you.
Valuable information in these books. This book, and she kind of like is still holding the book. She like literally said like she was at this battle 200 years ago, right? This would be a description of their perspective on that conflict, where they failed, where we succeeded. This is invaluable insight to an adversary. An adversary with strong cultural links to my people. That treasure cannot buy that. Many a scholar would gain insight through these books. Sorry, I just realized the music was not playing. As she holds this, you see a wild look in her eyes. As the possibility. No, I'm just kidding. Not that intense. I'm gonna derail this a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw this headline, but the designer or one of the head of Larian for Baldur's Gate 3, he teased that they had made plans. I'm not sure how far they got in development for Candlekeep to be in Baldur's Gate 3. They ended up not doing it. I was like, meh. I would have loved Candlekeep.
Yeah.
BG3.
I think Candlekeep's in Baldur's Gate 1, I think.
I'm
Or
pretty
maybe
sure
2.
What I remember is one
Baldur's
of those,
Gate 1 starts in
yeah,
Candlekeep.
one of them starts
Yeah.
in Candlekeep. Yeah, I thought it was pretty epic.
Yeah, it starts in Candlekeep, and then somebody tries to assassinate you, and you have to flee Candlekeep with your uncle or mentor or something.
But BG3 and modern graphics and everything we've been playing, and then seeing it brought to life in a video game would have been priceless.
Very nice. There will be a mod, I'm sure.
Yes. Okay.
Of course. This track.
So sorry for derailing that, but I meant to mention that. So you guys, Raw Mill's like looking through the books. You can't even understand it, but you guys
all
have
of
a
you give
backup
me-
folding, right? Go ahead.
Y'all give me 10 minutes. I could read through some of these and see what's worth keeping, but I understand that's for low on the priority list right now.
We will do that once we have Almir's ally. Speaking of... FBI, open up!
This room kind of echoes the other room, like, oh, interesting storage. You see, but instead of books, you see tubes. A whole bunch of tubes, leather. One looks like it might be made of bone. Just like in shelves. Not as many books, or like not as populous and multitude as like the books were in the other room, but there's still a bunch of different tubes of different shapes and sizes and material in here.
Tube. I will investigate one of the leather tubes.
Okay. You pop it open and take a look inside. Seems to be a map.
Do I recognize the map?
Roll an history check. It's a very high DC because everything's labeled in Gith, right? So names aren't sticking out to you. 23.
23. Do I actually still have the Bardic Inspiration?
Bardic Inspiration lasts 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, we
Right.
short rested after the fight, so yeah, and I don't have it.
23. It's hard to tell. It's definitely showing like a coast or a coastline of some sort. Kind of zoomed in slice of something, but you're not sure what it is. It doesn't ring any bells, any maps that you might have in your brain. Definitely nothing like near Cormier or the Sea of Stars that you're familiar with.
Yeah, my brain immediately jumps to Sword Coast, Sword Coast, Sword Coast. But I think Cadmail will have been there often enough to rule that out, probably.
Mhm.
Elmira, do you recognize this map?
Strange. I don't know this word, but it's spelled in Gith. Kurzakora. Seems to be an island nation or something, perhaps.
If you want to roll a history check off the name of that, technically Sword Coast, so it's something you guys could potentially know. It's a very high
Roll
DC, though.
19.
A history check. 19's not.
19.
There's a funny reason why this is very high. Anybody else, do you want to make a roll on that, Cadmail?
Yes. 20.
20, still not enough. To be fair, the DC is 25.
I would have had to get a nat 20.
Yep.
You know what? So,
Okay.
are we able to recognize it as vaguely Sword Coast?
That was an above table conversation or
Oh,
a
okay.
comment, right? A meta comment of like, there's a chance. It's not like it's on Greyhawk and you would never know, like a chance of even rolling for it. So meta wise, it's on it, but you guys don't know that it's Sword Coast. And now that we've kind of establishing like the fact that you can be traveling world to world, and like there could be maps in here, right? Of Greyhawk, of Eberron, like you would never know.
Yeah. Alright. Well, Riley will be content with believing it's a horribly out-of-date map of the Sword Coast. Cadmail, however, has zero clue of anything on this thing is supposed to represent.
And beyond in this room, there's literally a reading room. There's two like very plush cushioned chairs, and beyond it's like this like kind of idyllic view of space, of wild space beyond the stars and the darkness, with a little bit of that psychedelic hues of color painted into it. I say painted, but it's an actual view, right? That's more me describing it.
Alright. I put the map back up and let's continue on.
Almira is spending as much time as she can, like looking through things too. But as soon as you're like ready to go, she's like, "Yes."
Given
I'm
how
gonna
things
roll
have
an
turned out.
investigation check for her. 1 second. I'm curious if she finds something fun, because she would be definitely very intrigued. What is her investigation? Not very good. Investigation's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does not find
Yeah,
anything
generally.
of that much interest, or not of peculiar find. So, all right, yes.
What was it, King Cadmail?
If you wish to stay in the back and avoid the combat, we can handle it.
I respect that position, but I will put myself as use as much as possible. I'm feeling much better after I rest, but if I find myself more injured, I will not put myself in harm's way so I do not become a liability again.
Our supply of diamonds is running low, to my understanding. It would be best if we can avoid putting you in harm's way if at all possible.
I probably have more health HP than most of your comrades, though, so I think I should be.
To be fair, actually, you guys are probably even more than her. She's like,
If that is what you request, I will remove myself from the initiative.
To be fair, against her, we have high HP and high AC. I don't know what her AC is.
her AC is not great, actually. It's only 16, but she has HP of about 150. Actually,
Yeah, I've
reviewing her abilities, she actually has like a very practical solution to all this. She's like, she has a good ranged attack. She's like,
I will not front line. I will keep my distance and support from the rear. I think that is a strategic, wise choice.
Probably for the best, given that Orkfo and I can do plenty to keep them from getting to you.
But as
After all, I'm about 10 points higher than you on the difficulty to hit scale, and Orkfo is about... Every time he gets stabbed in a way that I thought would hurt, he doesn't seem to even feel it.
I hurt on the inside.
Just remember, Orkfo, rubbing alcohol for outside boo-boos, drinking alcohol for inside.
fuck that. If it's alcohol we're drinking, I don't care where the fuck it's supposed to go.
Right, we busting.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty, or your Spelljammer's extended warranty.
This space seems to be the remnants of an old training room. I say remnants, it's very active, right? But there's remnants of like straw dummies and such. It definitely seemed like a training room of some sort. More than just arrows and stuff, though. You get an idea that this was used for like spell casting practices. There's like scorches on the wall and stuff like that. The odd detail is that the straw dummies all kind of have like a weird tentacly face on them. And depiction out of straw. Above table, has the Badgers ever met a Mind Flayer? I don't remember.
No.
Right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
We saw there were like Mind Flayer heads in that crystal cavern.
True. Yeah, so you guys might not know what they were, but you would have seen the heads of the Mind Flayers. So these tentacle representations look a lot like the things that they had up like almost like trophies in another room.
Oh. Next door.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Perception. 25.
25. You do hear something beyond it, but it's very subtle. But with a natural 20, you hear just like somebody kind of like grumbling a little bit to themselves. And you hear the little bit of a scritch of like a quill or a pen or something. You hear a very distinct sound of scribbling.
A training room with burn marks that we can reasonably assume was used by a mage. I can hear someone scribing in the other room. I will let the party know that whoever is back there is either a spellcaster or a scribe or something of that sort. An intelligence-based person. As opposed to the emotion-based person that some of us are.
What does that mean?
I still hit him, right?
We can see if they are hostile. For all we know, this is the cell, and they've just decided to let this person, the prisoner, have access to this to keep her quiet.
Let me be there to see when you open the door, in case they cast a spell.
All right. I open the door.
All right.
Hi, would you like a set of encyclopedias?
I'm good, thank.
You do see a Gith, and she's a female Gith leaned over a table with a quill and a scroll like paper, and she has a book, and she's like kind of taking notes from it. She turns and sees you, and immediately grabs the book and begins to back up, and are you brandishing weapons, or are you just kind of like opening the door and like waving? What is your response here as they turn and grab
I
the book?
had my sword at the ready, but when I see that this person like grabs books and backs off, I'm gonna lower the sword and call out, Almira, I believe we may have found your friend.
Mara steps out. This Githyanki in here hisses and kind of spits when she steps in and pulls out a wand.
You all desecrate our studies. This will not stand.
Almira, seeing the wand, kind of raises her hands.
Kin, do not do this. Your supreme commander has been slain. The dragon has been slain. You have no hopes. We only look for a prisoner.
By the way, I'm just doing this as Nate as Almira. If you guys want to take any sort of initiative on yourself, feel free to call it. Because this Githyanki definitely has a wand out and is looking very threatened. And very, as most of them, they're all very so militaristic. She's ready to fight. But Almira is getting a chance to maybe do a persuasion roll here. But it's not like necessarily her strong suit.
Padme will attempt to take over the persuasion, echoing the sentiment. Look, I have no clue who you are, what you've done here, what you plan to do, any of that. I simply ask you let us collect the one person that we were here to collect, and we leave. Because the alternative is not good for you. And we would prefer less blood on our hands.
She scowls. Just so you know, I would allow you a persuasion roll, but Almira rolled a nat 1 on her side of things. So things are going to deteriorate very quickly. She kind of scowls and just spits and yells,
Geik! Matters not if you kill the commander. We will sacrifice ourselves for the queen.
And we're going to roll initiative. I'm not going to re-roll your guys' stuff or like re-clear it for my own. But yeah, no like surprise or anything. It's very obvious that we're just about to throw down.
We open the door, somebody's already brandishing a wand at us.
And this room in general looks like another study, right? She was like at a desk, there's books and scrolls out. Alrighty. Assuming all of you have updated your initiatives, we're jumping into it.
Second.
That's a sec for me too.
There. Now I have.
Now I have. Don't forget you have advantage, Jeff.
Yeah. There.
Dare. All right. Excellent. Tingles, you technically act first.
Oakley dokley. So we are attacking this person?
They seem
Or-
like brandishing a wand like
Vesa.
about to fight you.
How do you know my name?
Okay. So let me zoom in a little bit. So can Tingles walk through here? Is that going to be like an extra?
I think it's fine.
Okay. I guess I'll probably just walk to like right here maybe, and I can see her. Do I have a line of sight?
Yeah, that looks pretty clear.
Okay. Hmm. Sorry. I don't have many spell slots left. I'm going to save that one. I mean... Okay. I'm just gonna do magic missile first level. There's not much else I can do right now.
Pew pew.
So 3 plus 3. 13.
Okay.
And he'll take a step back and he'll give someone Bardic Inspiration.
Make sure they don't have shields. They do not. Cool.
Who wants to be inspired?
Give it to Cad.
Cat,
Sounds good.
you've been inspired, bitch.
Orko.
All right. I will run up.
I really want you. We've been inspired, bitch, on a t-shirt now.
I'm gonna design one.
Trying to decide whether to attack or grapple. I'll just attack. What the hell? What the hell? Actions. Ciao. 32 to hit for 21 slashes and 7 fire.
Cool.
And I'll go again. 28 to hit for. Why is it rolling under my thing? 22 slashing and 9 fire.
Okay.
Take
She's
her
bloody.
easy. Take her easy. And that's it.
Romeo.
Wait, Orkvo, were you, was that non-lethal, you said?
I didn't say.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I thought about it, but I didn't say.
At this point, too, right, Jeff? I would assume Orcfo's rage isn't going anymore, or does it? Would it last you a rest?
I didn't take a rest.
Oh, that's right. That's fair. Let me
But only drops if I want it to drop.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
weird.
cast a spell if... I don't know if they have a reaction.
Okay. They counterspell you with a level 30. No, just kidding. Go ahead. Thank you.
All right. I'm just gonna summon. It's gonna be like a little red orb that's just gonna be hovering in front of her.
Oh,
And I'm just going to ask her to stand down. It's a delayed blast fireball.
yeah.
Oh shit!
And I'm gonna ask her to stand down.
All right. It's been so long since I used that against you guys to kill you. Unfortunately, the conditions of feature more within range. The bell ends because we cut your broken piece just roll the bead. The flaws and broken creature. Creature must make a creature take a dimension. So there's stones in return. Donate. Yeah, it's a beast that not donate. If the glowing bead is touched for the term, sorry, I'm just let's save sense. So I couldn't remember if it was like a roll for how many rounds or anything like that, but I think I'm confusing because I did like time stop when I used it last time.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's just however long I
yeah,
want to hold
you
it.
set it up, yeah, and then you just hold it, right? Yeah. That's really interesting too. That's really cool that when the spell ends, either because your concentration is broken or because you end it. Because I was wondering if that was like a counter to that, like, oh, if you break the concentration, but like that's like built into it that it would still go off. That's pretty cool. Okay.
I think it could be dispelled, but I think that's the only way to stop it.
Right, that's fair. You know, as you can tell, this is a magic person, so that's still a pretty eccentric spell. So I'm gonna roll to see if she recognizes what that is. Man, they don't really give them a good Arcana, which I don't think makes any sense at all. So I'm gonna bump that a little bit, but it's still not enough. You can do an intimidation check, but it'll be a disadvantage.
Okay, well, I rolled a natural one, so it doesn't matter.
She's like, I lay down on my arms. And you're very confused. Okay, Quaylen's up.
Just summon a dancing light in front of her. Like, throw down your arms.
Yeah, right.
All right. Quaylen is he sees that Romuald is trying to get her to stop. So he's gonna cast hold person. Yeah, just hold person.
Okay, what kind of spell is that? Or a save?
It's a wisdom saving 19.
Rolled a natural 19 for a total of 25.
Okay. Quaylen says you should stop fighting anyway.
Caterpillar.
I walk up. I can use my attack action, like, with extra attack to grapple, correct?
Yep. Yeah, you can replace
Cool.
an attack within it to either shove or grapple.
Alright. I am going to sheath my sword as my free action as I walk up. Step 1. Attempt to shove to the ground.
Okay, so athletics, I'm assuming on your half.
Yep,
And
25.
they've got boop, boop. They fail. They get knocked prone.
Cool. And then proper grapple,
Okay.
26.
They can't even succeed, so they fail. They are now grappled. Grapple. And there's like a grasping. Some areas. Okay.
I know I'm not gonna roll for like intimidation or anything like that. I'm just going to use the rest of my turn to say to this person, I advise you listen to. Actually, could I use my last attack part thing to try and disarm her? Disarm this person of the
Ooh,
wand.
that's tricky because
Yeah, I hate
disarming.
the features that
Funny enough,
that
I
lock that.
love it because that's a slippery slope, right? If you allow just like
Yeah.
anyone to do an action, I go up to the lich and I steal his wand. You know, it's like it becomes as simple as disabling enemies with that. So I'm gonna unfortunately have to rule no for that because that really just fucks with any sort of concept of balance for mechanics.
And I believe grappler is what locks behind the restrained condition, so I cannot restrain this person on
Correct.
grapple.
We're gonna say
Say
something.
Is
plus
there
that's
anything-
Battlemaster attack. This disarming strike.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's an actual. I think he said this like a
Yeah.
feature. I think he was aware of it. Like disarming strike is a thing.
Yeah, I just
And that benefit of that too is even it makes them drop it, right? You know, just like immediately. Obviously, you could use a free action to pick it up if you have a free hand, but it's very extensive on purpose because as I said, it's like that would just become like we just steal all the goblins, all the weapons, and now they can't do anything. It's like, why are we even playing a fighting game? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like my one and only disappointment for that is like, it would be so fitting for how I want to do this, but I understand the balance reasons why not.
Exactly.
But that doesn't prevent me from being disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think really there's anything more that I can do in this case other than maybe like, I don't know, unarmed strike to get the point across. But
yeah. Seeing that you guys are trying to restrain her, Almera's going to go up and do some advantage hits to try and knock her unconscious. Oops, that's the wrong step. It's the same results. So then that would be 10. 10 plus that, so that's 18 damage. She's getting advantage because of the prone condition. Alright, another hit. 8 plus 5 for 13. And then her last strike. Hits. Shit, crit. Bam! Much bigger on her damage die this time. 12 plus 19 for 31. And that Gith goes unconscious. Okay. I'll do this and then put her to 1. Alright, she goes unconscious. And would now be Almera's turn. It would have been that. Above table to keep this simple. You will hear noise from this door over here. So when we pick up next time at the top of the order, it sounds like there's somebody or something else beyond this door. So we're not out of initiative yet. Cool. Because of the time, we will end it there.
Cool beans.
Baby, we back.
There's also the delayed blast fireball that we need to remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna explode no matter what. So
Is it possible to move it?
Yeah, there's a thing about somebody can grab it, but you have to like save.
You have to do a dex save. Which would that be against your spell save? That's like a dex save of like 20 something.
long beat is touched. When the rolls expire, the creature touching him is make a dexterity.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized.
Failed save. The spell ends immediately.
Yeah, actually, I would be a pretty good target for that, for actually doing that, because Shield Master actually comes in handy on that. When not
Well, I'll be able
incapacitated,
to-
you add your shield's AC bonus to your dex saving throws against a spell or other harmful effect that targets only you.
It's high enough level. I could sculpt it around everybody. So if it does explode, I mean, we're fine.
The only weird thing
now-
I would enforce on that is when you first cast it, you choose who you sculpt it, right? Just for that weird scenario. It's like, oh, I sculpted around
I know.
people in this room.
I didn't
right?
mention it just because it's high enough level that I could sculpt it around 9 people, and there's only like 7 of us here.
Right, that's what I'm
So-
saying. That's the only weird thing. It's like pretty weird, strange scenarios where it's like, oh yeah, I sculpted around the party, but then the little kid off the street comes running in, and like, oh hey, what's going on? And the
Right. I'm
and it
mainly
goes off
saying
then, and then it's like, oh well, I killed that
Yeah.
kid. Yeah,
the unconscious person on the ground is certainly going to get hit.
Perish.
yeah. But that's just more or less
But-
just for you, just so you know, my order of operations will be you're sculpting it to whenever you cast it first, and you indicate it then. It's not when it goes off, because it's when you cast a spell.
Right.
So I think it makes
Yeah.
sense for it to happen
It's
at the
when I-
initial cast. Yeah,
Right.
just a little bookkeeping. I
I'm-
doubt it'll be important, but there's weird scenarios
gonna
where it
draw a
might
little
pop up.
dot there. Just so I remember.
Awesome. Above one last comment.
Everything's awesome.
So I don't know if I mentioned this, but you see what I meant by this? Like, yeah, you guys are going back to the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, but I'm like, it's kind of cool. And I'm like, and I love that about the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, like this big giant dungeon crawl, because I didn't make up the asteroid part, right? That's a part of it. Like that's a level of the dungeon out of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I just want to point out how cool that module is. It's like all of a sudden you're underneath Waterdeep. All of a sudden you're in space in an asteroid. I just think it's really cool. Underrated module. More than meets the eye. All right, boyos. GG's. As far as I know, we're playing next week. Let me know if you can.
Yeah.
GG's.
All right. Everyone have a good night.
G to the G.
Nice.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.